Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff.
May the force be with you, always. The music plays, the microphones go hot, and on a phenomenal summer Sunday afternoon, we are live from the vault in the Full Range Entertainment Studios in beautiful Birmingham, Alabama. This is your home for wrestling, MMA, sports talk, and a whole hell of a lot more. But don't pigeonhole us in sports talk radio. That'll piss me off. This is Beyond Ringside. Yours truly, Fast Eddie Layne behind the control panel, welcoming in tag team partners Mark MaBo Bowman.
Give that penis a sandwich.
Welcoming in tag team partner, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis.
Before we get off on anything, I just want to say my complete 100% condolences, my prayer, and my whole family's hearts go out to the victims of this terroristic act that took place in Colorado. This has been on my mind ever since Friday morning at 6:30 when I got up and saw it. Those poor people, from everybody, I'm sure I speak up for everybody at Beyond Ringside. I do definitely speak for the Nemesis household. Condolences, heartfelt gesture, anything, good vibes to all of you affected. That was a terroristic act, and that piece of trash should be treated as such. Sorry. Now we can have fun.
Oh, I'll agree to that wholeheartedly, my friend, because very simply, I will add the Layne household. I'll actually Layne Powell household. I'll use the shoot name in there. Thoughts, prayers definitely going out to all of the victims' families. It's a really sad day when something like that is allowed to go under the radar for so long, but obviously you've got to know this guy knew exactly what he was doing and how he was doing it. MaBo, anything you'd like to add?
He's gonna die when he gets to prison, that's all I'm saying.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope
they've
so.
already said, I've already read, there's reports that boy's going to be locked up solitary, but he's going to die. And you know what? I mean, I've heard like it was like a military dudes got hit by whatever he was doing. I heard it was like a 3-month-old or a 3-year-old, like, you know, little young people. So whatever happens to him, I don't think it's going to be enough. Personally, I think they should Dahmer him and Gaddafi him. Gaddafi!
Yep. I agree 100%. I had this conversation with a gentleman that owns we just had a comic book store open up. Well, really, it's like a Magic the Gathering. It's really like board games and type stuff, like instead of a comic book shop. But I had this conversation with him. You know, in wrestling, we're all nerds. We're all athletic nerds. I mean, and you guys can vouch for this. Almost every single wrestler worker in this business is a comic book fan. If not, there's some type of really into music fan, but almost everyone I know is a huge comic fan. Comic,
RPG, sci-fi, yeah.
Exactly. And this hit home because I had a chance to go to the midnight showing here in and I didn't want to go because, you know, my son's a huge Batman fan, and I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go without Xavier, and my whole thing was, if that would have happened here, my son would have been with me. Now, I'm not saying anything about anybody. I'm not saying anything, and you know, people responded, but I'm saying this. You all know me. The listeners know me. For anybody that is listening to this station, to this show for the first time, what I do, I'm the best at, but what I do is not pretty. It's not nice. I could not have sat there and let that guy get away with that. I probably would have died, but I guarantee you this, he would have went with me. There is absolutely no way. That is the last part. That's the last place that you want to be. I mean, you go in and you open fire on people enjoying a movie, knowing that this is one of the most anticipated. And I'm not going to use the guy's name, even though I know it, because that's what he wanted. He wanted to be famous. But you studied neuroscience, pharmacology. You knew exactly what you were doing. This guy knew what he was doing. And for him to say that he was the Joker, to me, was kind of the final act. Because here you are, instantly they were like, oh, well, this is all goes back to the movie. Well, anybody that's seen The Dark Knight, there's a line in there. Batman says, no guns. We don't kill people. And that's what it is. The complete opposite to this is the fact that you have a crime fighter who doesn't use guns.
Right.
Well, the Azrael version of it did, but not Bruce Wayne's version. But Batman is totally anti-guns, and then you have this nincompoop, this complete sheeple, going and doing this, and then smiling in his mugshot. So before we get off, and I didn't mean to get off on a rant, but I wanted to throw that off very, 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 very at the beginning.
Wait a minute, wait.
Condolences.
I have to say this, dude. You lumped him in as a sheeple. This guy doesn't deserve to be that high on the food chain.
Well, if you go and you look at what he did, personally, to me, I think it was a satanic ritual. I think he's a Satanist. Chill Mascaris, who does the Chill Shack on YouTube, asked me how many Satanists do I know that are going towards a PhD, and I told him quite a few. Almost every single, and this is the God's honest truth, almost every single complete intellectual that I know is either studies paganism or they're a Satanist. They just feel like that a God answering to one God is not how it should be, as above so below, and this guy is just this was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, Raw 1000th episode.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's
that's
okay.
what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about good, but I just want to get that out of the way because it's been bugging the crap out of me. I mean, it's just been bugging me. I went and seen The Dark Knight. For those of you that haven't seen it, go see it. And what this all relates to is Bane. Now, in the comic, Bane has a storyline of being a wrestler, a South American wrestler. A lot of people don't know that. Hence the mask. It is to breathe and such. But there is a storyline, because everybody knows there's like 18 storylines. But the Bane of the WWE is Brock Lesnar. And and he's had quite a few Raw moments, and you told us to get ready for our Raw moments. I have my top Raw moment and then my A and B, because I couldn't choose it. Out of all the Raw moments, I could not choose just one. I'm sorry, I am an idiot. I do apologize, but I could not stick one under my thumb. There's so many 1000 episodes. Yeah. I mean, there's stuff that you and I, Eddie, and you and me and MaBo, that we see, that we think is funny, that we find great in Raw, that nobody else does. And that's the great thing about Raw. That's the great thing. You look at the eclecticness of it and how widespread it's been. And for anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about WWE Raw, thank you. I'm glad that your Rock was okay for the last decade plus. So 205-316-9900 to call in.
Exactly. I mean, you'd be under that rock for 999 weeks practically.
Oh my God. And the nearest thing, SmackDown, correct? Am I right?
Shoot. I mean, dude, you got so many different ways that you can look at this. It's not even funny, and actually, it's funny as hell. I mean, but
it's not even funny, but it is funny.
It's not funny, but it's hilarious. And I look at the many different transmogrifications that have happened through Raw. I look at all the different talent that has come through the door. And think about some of the people that we've had come on Beyond Ringside over the last close to 4 years. And it's just, you've had people who've been on for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, if that long. You've had people who've been lucky to be on for a minute, and I'm not just talking about a cup of coffee. And you've had people who've actually made their career and their livelihood and planned for their retirement because of the money they've made in WWE and on Raw, because of Raw. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the table right off the bat, and I'm going to say, Mark Bowman, come on in. Give us some ideas on your favorite Raw moments.
Well, to me, my favorite, I don't want to steal Wicked's, because Wicked's number one actually does rank up there with mine, so I'm not going to say what his is, but my top Raw moment, and this really meant a lot to me back in the day, was when the first time ECW invaded Raw, where Heyman, came down. They were pushing the first pay-per-view One Night Stand, The eliminators came in, and they hit total elimination on a quote unquote ring crew person. Sabu jumped off the sign, and I was like, really didn't really jump, but he kind of just
fell
off.
I know, yes,
because it was just like a bunch of letters at the time. I mean, that to me that was just mine, because I was a huge ECW fan. Still am. Even dealing with Heat CW that WWE tried to put on, and the whatever TNA tried to do with it. But yeah, just that was my top one. I mean, I literally was like, this was kind of before the days that kayfabe was broken, and I was like, whoa, what the crap? Are they really invading? What's going on? And I mean, just to see all the ECW guys, standing in the ring, and it had already been off the air in Birmingham, I think a good 3 or 4 months maybe.
Right.
It used to come on Fox Sports South, and so they'd been off for a couple months, and next thing I know, Bubba Ray and Devon are teaming up, and they, last I heard they were feuding, and Mikey Whipwreck, I mean, come on. God bless him. He tried his hand in WCW, didn't work, and Mikey was on there, and Bubba and Devon were teaming up, and I was just like, whoa, what's going on? Of course, didn't have the internet back then, but that was my top moment. With some of the other standouts, like I said, I'm not gonna say Wicked. When Wicked says his number one, that ranks up there high for me, but. Not so much. It was more of a spot, and they used to run it in the opening all the time. But when Shawn Michaels versus Shelton Benjamin, and Shelton hit a springboard from the ring apron in, and Shawn connected perfectly with the super kick. Just the timing of it just was amazing, and it just went off completely. I mean, like that. I like that one. Of course, anything DX did back in the day, from the WCW invasion to the mocking of the Nation of Domination. Turns out there was a moment that I forgot about. I saw a clip earlier. Turns out it's also one of CM Punk's favorite moments. It was during the whole Lita miscarriage angle where Schnitzky punts the baby, and the fan catches it. That was, there's just so many, but there's one also that stands out, and not many people are going to know this, but definitely people that are fans of Eddie's home company will remember this name, but it was the night Seth Skyfire he made his first appearance on Raw, first and only appearance on Raw, against Chris Masters, and he was the first person ever to actually get in any offense against Chris Masters. Chris Masters had been beating the hell out of people, putting them in the master lock and all this. It was at a time where I used to work a night job, and I just happened to get up to get a glass of water, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to turn on Raw just for a second. Right when I turned on Raw, I just started getting phone call after phone call going, oh my God, do you see who this is? Do you see who it is? There was Seth Skyfire. Sat there, got a little bit of offense in, still ended up losing to Chris Masters, but to see somebody that I know personally, and it was a hometown hero, and he had actually made it to Raw, I just thought it was phenomenal. So, there's dozens of others that I'm sure I'm forgetting, but there's, just always. When Mankind sat there and morphed, or was he Dude Love? He might have been Dude Love, but up on the screen was Mankind, and pretty much anytime Foley did where all three personalities interacted on the screen, and I think one of them actually morphed into Cactus Jack.
Yeah, okay. Triple H was in the ring, called out Mankind. Mankind didn't come out. He started calling him Foley, and then you see Mankind starts having a talk with Dude Love, and they say, "Hey, that's just not my forte, but we know somebody who it is." And then that's when the Cactus Jack revealed. That's one of the best reveals ever, and one of the biggest pops. And I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. That is a great moment.
Yeah, pretty much anything when Foley was at his height, When him and Shane, anything with him. I used to record. I've got a VHS tape somewhere of Mankind / Chainsaw Charlie moments, Cactus Jack moments. So yeah, anything pretty much involving Mick Foley, and anybody that was in that circle as far as like Chainsaw Charlie / Cactus Jack, any of that was also tops for me. So sorry to go long-winded, but like I said, there's so many of them.
I'm just going to weigh in with 2 right off the top of my head. Actually, 3. Number 1, anything involving the APA. I'm sorry. There is a
Acolyte Protection Agency. I don't think a lot of people even remember what that stood for.
Exactly. I mean, that was an offshoot from the corporate ministry when the Acolytes were there and the APA went into business for themselves. And I'm sorry, just to be able to sit back, to get paid to drink beer and play cards on camera, then go inside, go in the ring and act, like you're as bad as the Road Warriors and just decimate a job team. It's every worker's dream to be able to be put in that role. It's like, you mean I'm going to get paid to sit here and drink beer and not have to work tonight? Holy hell, I am so there. No, but seriously, I mean, Bradshaw and Farouk, still 2 timeless characters. Not JBL, but Bradshaw. Because the APA, in and of itself, just had their own cult following. And they could say so much and not have to say hardly anything at all. And I think they were actually the ones who, for those of you who actually give a damn, actually got Trish Stratus almost naked on television, as well as some other better-looking women. I'm just trying to remember, because there were so many different gimmicks that they did, but to have their office set up backstage was... I genuinely enjoyed any time that the APA was featured on television. Like I say, Bradshaw, Farouk, definitely. Ron Simmons, first ballot Hall of Famer, should have definitely been in a couple of years back, and I'm glad he's in. From that vantage point, the crucifixion and the sacrificing of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Granted, that was a complete rip of something that Extreme Championship Wrestling had done. I'm not saying that the WWE did it better. I'm not saying that ECW's... Yeah, I am. ECW's was better. But the fact of the matter is, they showed on Monday Night Raw that they are not afraid to draw from other sources and put their own stamp on it. Because at that point, The Undertaker, the epitome of the dark side badass before he became the American badass. I wish he'd never done that. I'm sorry. It lasted for about 2 weeks in my book. Although the motorcycle was cool as hell. Still want one of those to this day. Never ride it. I just sit back and look at it and charge people to come by and stare. I'm going to hold on those 2 for right now. There is one more that just runs through my head. Wicked, come on in.
Okay. Let's take you back to December 29th, 1998. Now, this is back when Raw was actually recorded. And, they would do 2 at a time, so hold on, it was give me a second, hold on. It was either January 3rd or 4th of 99 when this actually aired. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I do apologize. Now, watching Nitro, WCW Nitro, I live in the South, I still live in the South, I used to live in the South. I used to do drugs, I still do, but I used to too. Now, I'm watching Nitro, and I hear Tony Schiavone say, on the other channel, Mick Foley wins the title. That'll put butts in the seats. So what did I do? I instantly changed channels, and I saw Mick Foley win his first heavyweight title, the WWF Championship from The Rock. And at the time, The Rock and Stone Cold had just completely taken off, and they were right there with DX. Triple H and HBK had separated themselves, and to me, that is the defining Raw moment, and that was also, come to find out, the defining moment of the Monday Night Wars and the turning point, because so many people turned that night, and from that exact moment, that is the match that was the turning point in the Monday Night Wars.
Yep.
And I hope that this is given its just due on the 1000th episode of Monday Night Raw. Now, as I said, I have 2 that go slightly below that. March 18th, 2002. You hear a commotion, there's some type of hardcore battle royal going on, and you see Paul Heyman, and you see this huge guy jump And for anybody that knows anything about Greco-Roman wrestling, anybody that knows anything about amateur wrestling, knew it was Brock Lesnar, as of course I did. Brock Lesnar comes in and decimates everybody. Spike Dudley, Al Snow, Maven, and there he stood tall. And there you have what the last time that there was a true monster and a true manager used was right there. Lesnar did not say anything the entire time Heyman was with him. He didn't have to. He shouldn't have to cut promos. Heyman should still do his talking for him. I'm glad that they brought Heyman back. This was great. And you had Heyman out there with the press credentials. And JR totally played up, did he pay for a ticket? He got fired. I mean, Jim Ross, I know you guys hate Jim Ross.
I don't.
But he is one of... I know MaBo does.
Yes.
And Jim Ross is the best since Gordon Soley, besides myself, obviously.
And me.
And for him to totally sell this was great. It was totally great.
Dude, that was better than a no-sell.
now, August 20th, 2001, you have the Alliance all in the ring. It's the Stone Cold Appreciation, or the Austin Appreciation Night. And I know it happened a couple of years before that when Stone Cold did this with the beer truck. But Kurt Angle, who was a wholesome guy, who was the Olympic hero, who still did his gimmick, and to me is one of the best heels of all time because he never changed. He still smiled. He still did whatever he wanted to. The people just hated him for it. And here you have him come out with the milk truck and just spray everybody down. And it was everybody. It was all of ECW. It was all WCW. It was Stone Cold. I believe Stephanie McMahon was involved in this, and it was great. That is right there on par with that. And then to top it off, Kurt Angle slamming the milk together and turning it up like Stone Cold does the beers. Great stuff. Those are my moments.
See, it's funny you make the reference to Lesnar, and I know this moment happened on SmackDown. So when we talk about our favorites or moments from SmackDown that stand out in our head later on in the year, it's hard to believe they've gone 600 episodes. Holy nuts! I will never forget the time that Angle was standing. Not Angle, but Lesnar was in the ring. Undertaker music hits, comes down, interrupts, and Lesnar just has his look on his face, and Undertaker just goes, I just wanted to see if you're the next big thing or if you're the next big bitch. I will never forget that moment because actually I think the locker room pretty much was echoing the sentiment. But from that vantage point, you almost can't talk about your favorite Raw moments one way or another without mentioning Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
Because Austin was a part of so many great storylines. And then all the way up until the Lesnar debacle, he took his ball and went home. And same thing can be said for The Rock. Same thing can be said for Foley. I have a friend who swore off WWE for 6 months because of what they did, because what happened to Jim Ross in a storyline in Oklahoma, his home state and hometown, with the KMA Club. You can say that, Kiss My Ass Club. And he just felt that it was completely disrespectful to Ross and everything Ross had done. And it's like, look, Ross is a storyline character just like everybody else on there. Just like, case point scenario. So many different people over the years. There's one that sticks out from Raw that I'm going to run with to the top for just a second. And I'll turn it back to MaBo for the final word in this segment. It's not one of my favorites. It's a moment that stands out as, I guess, creative's way of kicking the fans in the nuts or ovaries, depending on your circumstance. And that was the night that the Road Warriors, LOD, were dismantled. And I mean destroyed. And I want to say it was NAO that did it.
It was. Are you talking about
when the shadow of Hawk fell from the top of the Titantron backstage?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was when he was drunk.
Yeah, he was drunk. It was Draws that, you're the Candyman. Apparently, Hawk, they'd been doing the whole angle where Hawk was battling his demons, and he was slowly losing it and slipping it, and Draws was his replacement. And
LOD 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, so Hawk climbed up to the top, and he was starting in the jump, and Draws was like, I'll go get him. And then he climbed up there, And it looked, you could clearly see Droz pushing, but he was like, I was just trying to reach for him. Hawk falls off the back of it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, way too late, you see a silhouette fall.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was horrible. And first of all, I didn't know that you could see silhouettes behind the Raw screen.
Yeah, if you got a backlight.
Yeah, I mean, so it was terrible. But no, there was a time where, before when it was just Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and the New Age Outlaws, before they, Shawn left, and then when they were actually toying with the idea of bringing in the New Age Outlaws to DX, where they, and that was another one of my favorite moments, was the night after the big WrestleMania, where that incarnation of DX officially forms, when X-Pac climbed the cage into the ring and all that at the end of the Raw, and then New Age Outlaws, all that. But they did actually beat up LOD, and I think they like shaved hawks. So what do you call that? A tri-hawk? I don't know.
Pretty much.
Dual hawk. Anyway,
the double mohawk, yeah.
Actually,
shaved one of his double mohawks off, and then that's where they were disappeared for a while, and then they came back as LOD 2000. So
with the airbrush,
kind of ran them together, but yeah, that last part with the hawk and the falling, and that was garbage.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, it's just one of those moments that stands out in my mind. I never said it was one of my favorite moments, because everybody knows that those who know me know that the Road Warriors, not the Legion of Doom, because the Legion of Doom was the entire faction originally. And
they only showed up in the like, what was it, the Mid-South area?
Yeah, Georgia.
Yes.
Georgia.
Did they work?
Well, I thought maybe they also had like Mid-South, Mississippi, and a couple others, but you're talking about the one with the Spoiler and King Kong Bundy and Jake Roberts.
Jake Roberts, the original Legion of Doom, was a faction, yes.
Yeah.
And I believe it was actually Ellering who had the rights to the variant of the name. That way, they and DC Comics peacefully coexisted. Thank you, Challenge of the Super Friends. Now, I'm tell you what, let's go and take it up to the top of the hour real quick, and we'll be back in 5 right here on Beyond Ringside.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This is Awesome Austin Creed, the smartest man in this industry called pro wrestling, the valedictorian of this business. You are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
8. I deliver your Sunday paper every week.
7. We work on the same floor.
1 in 8 Americans is struggling with hunger.
6. Our kids walk to school together every day,
including millions of children and seniors.
5. We chat in the elevator at work sometimes.
4. I'm your cashier at the grocery store.
Who's the 1 in 8 in your life that needs help? You can make a difference through Feeding America at feedingamerica.org/1 in 8. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is Gabe Sapolsky from Dragon Gate USA and Evolve Pro Wrestling, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
Most days go by without a whole lot of surprises. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life, as you know it, has completely turned on its head? Would you be prepared? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
This is Jim Cornette. You are locked into the show of all time, Beyond Ringside.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 3 #1 albums? 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul Ellering, and you're locked into Beyond the Ringside.
Hi, this is Ozzy Osbourne. For many years, you know I've had a drink problem, and I'm trying to battle that problem every single day. But one thing I don't do, I don't drive my car when I'm drinking. I get someone to drive me. Do not drink and drive. It's the stupidest thing. If you drink, just don't drive. Not only are you going to hurt yourself, you may hurt some other person, and you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you?
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Listen up, this is the NWA North American Heavyweight Champion, the Temptation Sean Tempers, and right now, you are locked in with Beyond Ringside.
Let me try.
Okay, just remember what I showed you.
Yep, there was a bunny who had one big ear and another big ear. They looped-a-looped, made a bow, and the bunny hopped away. I did it!
Oh, good job, kiddo. Now let's tie your other shoe.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Ben Masters, locking it down with Beyond Ringside. Don't miss it. Be there.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I don't know how to talk like a parent. Don't make me come back there. You see what I mean? It's pretty awful. Try it again. Don't make me come back there. Now that's pretty good. That one kind of sounded like my dad. Weird.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is GCW's Senior Official Bernie Kwanowitz, and you are locked into Beyond Ringside.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
This is Bad Brad Armstrong, part of the famous Armstrong family of professional wrestling, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hi, this is Eric Darnell.
This is David Reagan. Jamie McMurray.
This is Carl Edwards here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety.
Want to make a difference? It's simple. Be responsible.
Plan ahead. Designate before you celebrate.
Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This is Bullet Bob Armstrong. I'm Southern born, Southern bred, and I never miss Beyond Ringside.
Welcome to the original rock and wrestling radio show. Welcome to Beyond Ringside, your source for wrestling, MMA, and boxing in the Southeast. To contact the Ringside Roundtable of Beyond Ringside, email them at beyondringside@gmail.com. And now, your host for Beyond Ringside, the man, no myth, all legend, Fast Eddie Layne.
You got us bright shining at the top of the hour. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside, 7 after. Fast Eddie Layne on this side of the board. MaBo, come on back.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice,
the Wicked Nemesis says,
deep beneath the halls of justice.
And somewhere Ted Baxter or Ted Knight is just sitting back going, they do remember. They really do remember.
I mean, how could you forget him? He was like, meanwhile, Monroe, I know you're gay, but keep your hands off my daughters. Yes, I went there. Yes, people.
Did.
I did. Come on. What was it? I can't remember the name of it. It was like something to Space Cow. Yeah. I used to watch that show. Jim J. Bullock was the shiz. I don't care. He was the one. That's the first time I ever saw like an openly fruity dude on TV, and I was like, hey, you know what? I don't hate those people. Those guys are funny as crap.
Yeah, they are. You got a lot of different characters that are absolutely funny as hell. You know, Keeping an eye on the chat room. I caught Daryl popping in just a little while ago. Also, a couple of faces popping in and out of the chat room as well. It is over on Ustream because of a situation. For those who were listening last week when I was going through the debacle with that damn computer, I will still never go back to veoh.com. End of discussion. From that vantage point, I have not been able to get my web design program back up and running at full speed and to connect to the server, so I will have updates done as quickly as I can get that software back up and going full speed. Thank you, Dreamweaver. So, from that vantage point, the chat room is going to be over on the Ustream site, ustream.tv/channel/beyond-ringside-live. From that vantage point, like I say, always glad to see everybody popping through. Also, like I say, we're back broadcasting live through beyondringside.com. Full steam on that. And because of the fact that Charter had effed up my internet for the majority of the week, and I'm not kidding, that's a shoot, especially the last 36 hours in particular, I couldn't get on to save anybody's life. And that's why the podcast and the episode or the interviews from last week have not been fully loaded. So I'm going to get all that caught up tomorrow. That's a guarantee. So from that vantage point, our interview with J-Rod will be up and going full steam. But they're all playing on Best of Beyond Ringside 24/7, located at beyondringside.com. When we stop broadcasting live tonight, you'll pick that loop back up, and you'll be able to hear interviews with everyone from Action Mike Jackson to J-Rod to one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Corey Chavis of the Dark City Fight Club. CJ Awesome, that interview is still going strong through there. Matt Bentley, Jimmy Rave, all of those interviews are still very much on Best of Beyond Ringside 24/7, as well as the most recent edition of Beyond Ringside, the radio show, and Global Championship Wrestling's GCW radio is played on rotation over there as well. We're actually working on getting brand new content from alumni members here at Beyond Ringside. The invitation has been extended. Brooks Logan, Paulie Wells, actually expected Paulie to call in this afternoon to a degree. I know he's got a lot going on after he made the move to Mississippi. Had a chance to speak with Tom Canterbury, formerly known as the Mass Blogger. But like I say, a lot of the different alumni from BR is actually going to start doing recorded segments that we're going to put directly into the best of over on 24/7. We're making commentary about different situations, not only with WWE Raw. Had a chance to catch... I've got to ask a question.
No, Eddie, I've got to say something. I just got a phone call from your boss, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer.
Yes.
I just got asked, could I work Thursday, August 2nd? And I was like, Thursday? That's usually something else. And this is breaking news. And he told me I could say this, Eddie.
Yes.
And this is something you can put on. And Great Championship Wrestling is now Global Championship Wrestling.
Say what? What the Zagnuts?
Dan Sawyer just bought Phoenix City's Great Championship Wrestling. That is a 100% complete shoot.
Wow.
Wait, no, see, that's where we need the Japanese. We need the Japanese news music. So hold on. We're gonna stop.
I don't know where it went.
Eddie, can you pull up the Japanese?
I don't have it logged in over here yet.
Oh. We're live here we're in Phoenix City as the crowd's going crazy. Now everyone knows that there's real wrestling coming to Phoenix City. Phoenix City's running wild as they can't even spell their name correct. They're taking the Greek name even though I've never seen a Greek there in my entire life. Do they eat yogurt? No, they do not. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer now controls 1/8 of all the wrestling in the state of Alabama. No, I'm just being told he owns 1/4. Johnny, back to you. Godzilla.
I'm digging that. Okay. And guess what? I just got to Godzilla. Guess what? Yeah, no, hold on. Let me go to the next one. I'm kind of digging this one. Hold on. No, that one sucks.
Can you believe that? I'm sorry, my dryer.
Yeah, he gave you the exclusive on that.
Are you? I mean, I just got a call and I was like, why in the hell is Mad Dog calling me? He knows I'm on the radio and not. Well,
because he knows I won't answer the phone half the time.
Can you believe that?
Phoenix
now, for
City.
those that are outside the Alabama market of wrestling, you're just like, and
That sounds
now,
really
for
crappy.
those that wrestle inside the Alabama market, this is not just this is huge news. This is something that is just.
Nah, it sucks too. Okay, I'm done.
So there can be only one GCW.
I guess so. He just Highlandered Phoenix City.
Phoenix City. I just got the text.
Here we are.
I just got the text. Phoenix City, Alabama is now Global Championship Wrestling as of today. First show is Thursday, August the 2nd. GCWPro.com will have all the information, and we'll probably have a little bit more of that scoop later on tonight on GCW Radio. Tune in 9 o'clock right here at BeyondRingside.com.
Yeah, GCW.com might have all the information. They'll just never have an updated roster list. Oh,
guess who?
Oh, did I just steal your quickening there, Mad Dog? Oh, sucks to be you.
Steal your quickening. That's horrible.
But by the same token, let me also go ahead and. Oh my God! I just got another huge note that I can't say that we're going to actually. This one's going to break tonight on GCW Radio. Oh my God! No, I can't do that one now. I've been.
Wait, did Angelina Rush get facial reconstructive surgery?
No, but I'm gag ordered. I'm gag ordered.
Yeah, I gag whenever I see her face too.
There you go. Okay. Does TNA Wrestling have security that affects anybody but the roster?
I don't know, but why in the hell did your security at GCW stop the Russian assassin from going to the back? Why did he put his hands?
That was an armed police officer.
That was an armed police officer?
If that's Keith, he's actually a law enforcement here in the metro area. I'm not going to say which.
Why is he putting his hands on the talent?
I just wish he would have shot him. It would have.
I'll explain that one later too, Wicked.
Oh dear God! Now there's some type of inside crap. Look, security, because I know there's a few, and I know not everybody is Joe Ballou. Okay. Joe Ballou is one of the greatest security guards for wrestling in this entire industry. That is a shoot. Now. This is bullcrap. How in the hell are you going to put your hands on somebody? I don't give a crap what you are. I don't give a crap if you're SWAT team. You're there. You're security. If he wants to leave, let him get counted out. I'm just saying.
Okay.
GCW now owns GCW.
There you go. And there can only be one.
There can be
only one. Get it right.
Whatever. I don't give it.
I didn't know that Great Championship Wrestling was for sale. I had $20 in my pocket, and we could have went in.
I had 20 also. Especially after I got through buying lunch this afternoon, dude. I gotta say this.
On it.
Hey, look, I gotta say this before I hit on Impact real quick. Place called Buck's Pizza on U.S. Highway 119 in Alabaster, Montevallo Parkway, dude. I will say this: the Buffalo Ranch wings are really good. The cheesy bread is really good. The honey barbecue wings suck. The wings are good. The honey barbecue sauce is horrible.
Every Sunday.
They have Star Wars every Sunday. Yes, all 6 episodes from open to close. They're showing everything. So every week I get to catch a different Star Wars movie while I'm in there. That's why I'm not doing as much show prep. But
hold on. Which Star Wars do they use? Do they use the old?
They use all of them.
Hold on. No. Do they use the old Han shot first? Do they use that Star Wars? Do they use the original Star Wars, or do they use that crap that George Lucas has fed us over the last few years? There's a huge difference.
They run
in
all
that
6 movies.
Storyline.
They run all 6 movies. I'll put it that way.
Which version, Eddie? Which version? The new version with all the edited crap in it, or the one where Han Solo shoots first and murders the guy in the first episode 4?
They haven't shown episode 4 while I've been there. I saw episode 2 last week. I saw episode 3 this week. Hopefully I'll get there in time to watch E4 next week.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though,
Yes, I
Eddie?
do. Yes, I do.
Just for those that don't know, the edited version, the new, whatever, digitally remastered bull crap that they did,
yeah,
they show that the mercenary sitting across from Han Solo in the cantina shoots first. No! Han murdered that guy. Han's a murderer.
Now, remember this also,
carbonite.
At the end of episode 6, when you have Return of the Jedi and that you have that final shot with Alec Guinness, and it was originally Alec Guinness and the man who played the unmasked Darth Vader.
Yes, sir.
And then they went back and did revisionist history on it and used the guy who played a younger Anakin Skywalker. Can you please give me that bull nuts?
That is a complete slap in the face to all of us. Nobody gives a crap about Hayden Christensen.
I really don't. I want the original. I want the one where the fat, out of shape guy comes out of the damn helmet.
That's right, exactly. And you know what? And Jar Jar Binks, for him to have such an integral role, I can't even say it right.
Integral
Jesus,
role.
Lord,
You had it right. You're right.
Is horrible. That is a horrible take on Jamaicans. That is a racist take on Jamaicans. Yes, I'm saying George Lucas has a racist character in Star Wars. It's there. And then they're like, oh, he's the one that makes the vote.
We're talking about a racist character. The entire the Trade Federation, the Mordians were like, oh,
he's Asian.
Oh my God, they were all ripoffs of they were all freaking Charlie Chan's. Miso, Insidious. Lord, we make sure they're gonna kill every one of them.
And next thing you know, they're going to go back and remake Smokey and the Bandit, and instead of the Trans Am, they're going to use an '88 Yugo convertible.
Hey,
no, actually, probably when they remaster the episodes 1, 2, and 3 in a couple years, Jango Fett's head's just going to magically fly off first, and Mace Windu's not even going to cut his head off.
That's right. He didn't murder him. Exactly. No, hey, it's a trap. General Akbar was right.
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar.
Admiral. He's a general.
Yes, Skandar Akbar was the general.
I know. Well, you know what it is because the Navy. You know, NASA is actually Navy fleet, and not. That's why he wouldn't be a general. That's why he's an admiral. And I did not know that till about a year ago, because I thought that you would think that Army. No. Navy controls space as well. Full steam ahead.
Exactly. You know, I was making a reference, getting back to wrestling for a hot minute. God help us all if we actually do that. I'm just as guilty of it. So I'm talking about myself too. Stay on target. Don't get cocky, kid. We're not out of this yet. Meanwhile,
oh my God, we're such nerds.
Thank you, Ogre. I remember the movie very well. I have it somewhere on VHS. I still, because I never got around to buying the DVD, kind of like American Pie. I have it on VHS because I didn't care enough to buy it on DVD, even at $5 for the multi-pack. From that vantage point, let me go ahead and say this. I'm serious. The crap with aces and eights, come on. I love the invasion gimmick, and guess what? Impact Wrestling is copying the Underground and Global Championship Wrestling. We've had such a great run with the Underground gimmick lately, except we didn't do it as a masked man takeover. I'm sorry, it's just kind of like, okay, you've got 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guys, now 5 guys that there's no freaking security force on TNA can get a hold of.
Well,
yeah, because they made their security force talent. And hold on, they're not like the Underground because they don't have a manager, quote unquote, like JJ Chandler stealing from me. So.
Hey, watch what you say, you know what? Next week there'll probably be a guy on Impact coming out with aces and eights, wearing a white, mask and dressing like you, and he'll probably be called the evil adversary.
Now I got to say this: I have to do this because I'm a huge fan of American Ninja Warrior.
Why?
Over on G4, because I really enjoy it. I enjoy watching Wipeout.
You don't like Ninja Warrior. You like the Americanized crap.
Because Ninja Warrior's not airing right now. When Ninja Warrior's on, believe me, I was the first one to clap when Nagano got up to the top of Mount Midoriyama. The original, not the knockoff. But when it came down to it, there's three people who've conquered the Japanese version of Mount Midoriyama. Nobody has done it here domestically yet that I know of. The series finale is tomorrow night on NBC. It's going head-to-head with Raw. Dumbasses.
Wait, it's going to be on NBC?
Yes. Yeah, NBC 13 here in the Central Alabama market. There is a kid who they showed the final of their semifinals as they're getting ready for it, and the final one to run the course is a kid, Flip Rodriguez. And the first thing that I thought of was Wicked Nemesis, except for the fact that he's not using the full mask. He's got it cut off just under the eyes. And he's using masks very similar to the ones that Wicked uses, whether it's the two-tone black and white or the starburst and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm thinking is, oh my God, not only is he the Oracle of Ominous, not only is he the Architect of Intellect, but he is also the conqueror, the maestro of Midoriyama. He is.
I'm the fashionista.
he is the managerial ninja warrior.
I have never seen this.
It's cool.
I know what it is.
You've never seen like the original Ninja Warrior?
I used to watch that too.
One time have I seen.
It's an American version. They got the full specs for Mount Midoriyama and the entire obstacle course and built it over here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but they take it. The Americans they're just too serious. It's like everybody's just like, No, they have fun over on the Japanese version. That's why the Japanese version's so much better.
Well, I know that.
Just like the Aces and Eights version of the Japanese version of Aces and Eights that'll be showing up on, because it's coming up on the NWO.
Yeah, really. No, I'm just let's see. They attacked Hogan.
I prefer Wipeout.
Yeah, it's the same damn thing. They use a couple of the same gimmicks as they do on Ninja Warrior. But from that vantage point, yeah, try getting me to climb up the damn warped wall. Ain't gonna happen. My fat ass ain't gonna make it 1/3 the way up. I may make it 1/5.
You gotta use steps to get in the bed. What are you talking about?
I use a trampoline. And meanwhile, back at the ranch.
So does Sin Cara.
Yeah, but I look better doing it. However.
Yeah, Eddie's never botched climbing in the bed.
Oh, hell no, he hadn't, but he's botched falling out of it a whole bunch of times.
And so has CMD, tore his ACL. I'm not going to say what he was doing, but he fell out of the top bunk. Brown chicken, brown cow. Anyway.
Brown cow? Oh, my God. Back to Aces and Eights.
And
this is just
like to personally, you know what? I mean, I've read a couple of people who are who are going to be the members in Aces and Eights, and TNA is actually doing something smart for once. They're actually rotating out people so you can't sit there and definitely.
I think Mark may have lost his phone. Wicked, are you there?
No, I'm here.
Okay, you faded out for a second.
Oh, well, anyway, Aces and Eights, TNA is actually using their brains and rotating out the people who they have dressed up.
Right.
So you can't sit there and go, oh, I know who that is. Now, I know who one name is, and he's been there since the beginning. Another person they brought in last week or 2 weeks ago, who I think that, if Impact, are they Impact or TNA?
Either one.
Tanac Pack. They
Tough actin' Tanactin.
Yeah, Tough actin' Tanactin. They should give this kid a chance. I'm not going to say who he is, but the company he was with, they let him go.
I'm sorry. I have vinegar in my dill pickle blaze. I'm sorry.
Well, no, actually, not yet. He hasn't been named as one of them. But this other person, and then they actually had somebody who was on the TNA roster as one of the guys this week. Also, another former WWE person was. So they haven't really settled on the full group of who Aces and Eights is really going to be. Honestly, there's one guy with blonde hair, that's coming out. I thought it was Johnny Devine. I thought Johnny Devine was like, yay, they're going to... Yeah, and I think maybe Aces and Eights should be like all these disgruntled people that TNA let go, bring them back. But it's probably mostly going to be the, Ring Ka King people.
Who?
The Indian TNA.
I have no idea what the hell that is. That sounds contagious.
Yeah, it does.
It did. I had a case of it one time. It burned when I pee. But TNA, Jeff Jarrett had a little company going on over in India. It was called Ring Ka King, and there was a couple of, it was local Indian wrestlers, but it was
Jeff Jarrett and Ring Ka Ka?
Jeff
Jarrett and Ring Ka Ka?
Dude, actually, it was very good. They
sure was.
They said that Ring Ka King was up there with like when WWE would tour over there in India. They said it was ridiculous. But there's some guys who they haven't settled definitely, but I just want to thank them for interrupting. And I even said this on Twitter, the TNA gut check, because if I had to see yet another no talent person, with the exception of Joey Ryan, and I had to say another no talent person sit there and fumble through a match and then get a contract, I was literally going to shove my whole foot in my mouth and literally try to eat myself to death. Literally just warp in on a some kind of wormhole, because I couldn't bear to watch that.
That guy looked like a Micah Taylor ripoff, like a Fika Failer.
Yeah, he was Micah Failer. I saw your tweet about that.
he was. And when they got erupted, first of all, where in the hell did Aces and Eights come from?
It's the whole Dead Man's Hand.
That's so stupid. You know what? I hope it's Jeff Jarrett and a bunch of other I hope it's like D.H. Smith. I hope it's like Chris Masters.
Well,
I hope it's Teddy Hart and a bunch of other like no-name people. I hope it's Magnus. I hope they throw Tommy Mercer in it. Oh, I'm sorry, Crimson. Whoops.
Well,
whoopsie freaking daisy.
Chris Masters is, he's petitioning to join TNA.
Hold on, he's petitioning to join TNA.
Yeah, he must be desperate.
Wow.
Well, one of your favorite guys there, Wicked, and I'd say that with quotation marks. He's been in the group since day one. I'll go ahead and spoil it because I know he's not going to be part of the group. But
Rob Terry.
No. They actually had no. Oh, dude, he's running big with the whole Robbie E thing. But no, actually, they had D'Lo dress up as one of the guys this week. Because if you go back and look at the tape, one of them is extra fat. So.
And it wasn't me.
D'Lo's one of the guys, but he's not going to be a permanent member of the group. But I'm sure Wicked. The one guy that's been in it from the beginning, he's your favorite. Sarcasm.
However, no, I mean, it's just, the gimmick with Hogan, okay, Hogan had to go in for hip surgery. Understand that. The gimmick with Sting.
And then saw his butt cheek.
Oh, that was his ass?
Yeah, saw his butt cheek.
Oh, okay. Yeah, still by the same token. And the gimmick, taking out Hogan, taking out Sting, taking out Kurt Angle, I can see that. Attacking the, the do or die, no, I'm sorry, Chip. Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
You shut your mouth.
Gut check kind of thing. I can see attacking that, not really, because that segment has no pertinent bearing other than the fact that these are guys who are trying to make their inroad into TNA, so of course they're taking out the gut check guy. So that does make sense to a little bit, not much. And
I think they were just doing that to cause chaos.
Yeah, okay. But by the same token, you come in at the end and you...
Maybe he was a cancer survivor.
Awkward silence there.
Awkward silence.
And we're going to break the awkward silence for about 5, and we'll be back on Beyond Ringside right after this.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
The biggest bands in rock, the wildest stage shows on earth. The biggest live event of the summer. Kiss and Motley Crue. The Tour 2012. It doesn't get any better than this. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. 2 iconic bands, 1 historic tour. Kiss, Motley Crue. July 31st, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserve seats are on sale now. Buy tickets at livenation.com or charge by phone at 800-745-3000. Kiss and Motley Crue. Buy tickets at livenation.com.
Hi, I'm Drew Brees, NFL quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, here with Bugs Bunny to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you fuel your body and your mind.
So what do you like to throw around the football like Drew?
Skateboard, ride a bike, or dance in your room.
Just move it your way.
And be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day, Doc. Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
At letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
This is Angel, half of the Double Trouble Morning Team on Distant Thunder Radio, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I know more about cooking dinner for a party of 12 than about packing a lunch for a 12-year-old. I know kids like things like fish sticks. Fillets, I get, but sticks? Maybe we can just compromise on mac and cheese. Can you make that with Brie?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Behrens, and you're watching, you're listening, you're experiencing Beyond Ringside, and you are a better person for it. Trust me.
Foreclosure is hard on every member of the family, but your family is not alone. If you're struggling with your mortgage, there is help. To learn about the government's Making Home Affordable program, visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE to speak to a HUD-approved housing counselor. It's free of charge. Visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE today. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, NeighborWorks America, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Joe Elliott from Def Leppard for RAD. Planning on going out and having a party? Great, have a lot of fun. But do me a big favour and don't blow it. Always choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives. You should too.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hello, this is Robin Zander.
Hello, this is Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick for RAD.
Some people think it's fun to drive drunk, but that's unacceptable.
Be smart. If you drink,
don't drive.
Think ahead and choose a designated driver. Remember, music lives, and so should you.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans from around the world, I'm Lightning Mike Quackenbush, the master of 1,000 holds, and you're locked in for Beyond Ringside.
Citizens of America, this is a message from feedthepig.org. Americans spent more money than they earned in 2005. This is the first negative savings rate in the U.S. since the Great Depression. America, we must start feeding the pig. On the 1st and the 15th, we must pay ourselves before we pay anyone or anything. We must make a budget. Even consider cutting up a credit card. Log on to feedthepig.org today. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Beyond Ringside. 24 before the top of the hour. Fast Eddie Layne over here. MaBo, come on back.
Where are you from? The dark side of the moon. And she come in peace.
She come in pieces, too. Wicked Nemesis, come on back.
Things are about to get Nazi.
Oh, God. You and the Hitler mustache. There you go. Want to let everybody know in about 25 minutes from right now, we're going to be joined by mixed martial arts promoter Adam Gibbs with Sport Fight X. Sport Fight X got a huge show going on at Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama. Saturday night, July the 28th. Got a lot of things going on the 28th.
Are we going to get in for free?
I didn't think you did MMA.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go, I'll go.
I'm working.
Oh, well, never mind.
You better be in GCW, MaBo, if you can make it. You and Tunsy. Adam Coffee. Adam John Coffee.
Ooh, full shoot name. Oh, God.
But for John? Wait, I've known this kid for like almost 10 years. I didn't know his middle name was John. Not John.
It's actually John Blake, but, you know, he doesn't go by his full name, even though he should. Robin.
Well, by the same token, you don't go by your...
No, you didn't just spoil it, because I read the spoilers, and I'm just like, oh, sweet Jesus, no, they didn't.
Hey, don't get me started.
No.
And for anybody that says anything about Bane's voice, if you're not going to cast him as a South American, the greatest thing you could have done was put Tom Hardy as that. And I love the fact they made Tom Hardy look like he was 6'3", even though he's only 5'6", legit, and he's a huge guy. But his voice, and I love the voiceover work that they did on that. They went back and they voice over the entire movie that he was in, the parts that he was in, and it was awesome. Awesome. But On to bigger, better things. Raw 1000.
Y'all are gonna hate me for saying this.
Pain, matalo, pain.
Yes, yes.
Now, by the same token, I have to say this. Speaking of things that you don't normally see on television, I would like to thank ROH for not totally digitizing Maria Kanellis' almost backside. It looks like an ass, only smaller. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
Yeah, and I would wear it like a hat, so what does it matter?
And do they just have do they have to make Maria look like an absolute slut everywhere she goes? I mean,
Yes.
no. I mean, legitimately. I mean, the last part of the WWE thing was just making her look like a complete hoe, and now she's in ROH with the prodigy Mike Bennett looking like a complete hoe.
Yeah, but that's by, believe it or not, though, that's by her choice.
Who in the hell can take Ring of Honor seriously when they have a 20 count? Nobody has a 20 count. Ring of Honor does, though. Stupid asses.
Ring of Honor's actually had a 20 count for the longest time.
I don't give a crap. I watched it Saturday because MaBo's little sticker come up. It's a Ring of Honor sticker. I don't even know what the crap app it's for.
But
it comes up and I'm like, Get Glue, yeah. And I'm like, let me check out Ring of Honor. And I see
Maria's ass.
No. I see Kevin Steen in the ring with some guy that I have absolutely no idea who the guy was. First of all, the guy being a babyface hits Kevin Steen first, and they have the worst commentary in the world. Steve Corino needs to get off commentary.
Let's see, who was Kevin Steen taking on that night?
I didn't make it all the way through the show, I swear.
The babyface was using closed fist. He had him in the corner, was throwing him around. The guy got all the way up to 17. There was the Prince of something on the outside. I don't know.
Oh, wait.
I watched enough of my shit.
Wait.
Was that a guy or girl?
Jimmy Jacobs, that's a guy. Now, was it last night or was it the week before?
I don't know. It was whatever was on yesterday whenever you were watching it.
Oh, okay. I was because the week before they showed where he took on Davey Richards.
No, I've worked with Davey. It wasn't Davey.
Okay, so yeah, I hadn't had a chance to watch last night's, but yeah, Jimmy Jacobs, yeah, he's doing the zombie princess thing now. I don't know what that is, but it scares me.
Strychnine does it better.
Strychnine cross dresses better.
Strychnine does like a gothic gimmick where sometimes he wears like a kilt type. So
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, Strychnine, man. I hate that Danny Only is leaving the country because of these charges that have been brought up against him by Beyond Ringside by Beyond Wrestling by Beyond Wrestling. What about charges? But Danny's leaving for a little bit, and Strychnine, I even asked him if he thought that his incident with him trying to stab Corvus Sphere with a corkscrew. I said, do you feel like that left Strychnine to a disadvantage? Kind of feed him to the wolves. And he said to Strychnine, can handle himself, and Strychnine knows that people are after him. So we'll see where that goes. That's a whole nother story.
I just want to go ahead and say, because I saw the clip, what people don't see is what you said his name was, Jimmy Spears. What Spears? What's the kid's name?
Corvus Fear is what he used to be called. He goes by something else now.
So it's not Scary Corvus?
No, it's not Scary. No, it's not Scary Corvus. Of course not. I wouldn't allow that to happen, and damn sure Danny wouldn't do that to Skira.
True.
Anyway, this Corvus Fear guy, I sat there. What people don't see is that he had a cheap bottle of wine that he couldn't get open, and Danny Only, being the true gentleman that he is, said, "Hey, I've got a corkscrew. I will open up your cheap bottle of wine for you, because apparently you can't afford the good stuff." And it just so happens that, and what people didn't see was, Danny Only's a scary man.
Yeah, he's cool though.
And apparently, Jimmy Corvette, or whatever his name was, had peed a little bit on the floor when Danny was just trying to be nice and help out, and Danny actually slipped in the pee and fell at him with the corkscrew. And it was all a misunderstanding. It was all an accident. And I've had my good personal friend Clarence Mason review the tape, and then that's what he saw too. So there you go.
Speaking of, actually, Danny Only is part of a combination.
The only.
The real
only.
Screw Lars.
And from this vantage point, this coming Saturday night, July 28th, over at the Church of Southern Wrestling for NWA Anarchy, they are going to have a Hangman's Match rematch with the Urban Assault Squad taking on the Yeah.
Let me say something about these guys.
Taking on the Hate Junkies.
If I can, Danny Only has promised me that he is going to take care of the other nemesis that nobody gives a crap about, and he's going to strain him up like they used to strange fruit in the South. So I interviewed Danny this past Wednesday, and I asked him about this very match, Eddie. And he promised me that the other guy will not come out the match the same. And Shadow Jackson, for you to realign yourself with this piece of trash, guilt by association, hate junkies will rule the day.
I think they'll rule, period. Not just the day, but they'll rule the night, too. Anarchy Tag Team Championships will be on the line. The NWA Elite take on Slim J and Azriel. John Scholar and Skira Corvus in one-on-one action. The Young Lions Championship, Adrian Hawkins and Anthony Henry, one-on-one for the Young Lions Cup. Johnny Dangerously and Bobby Moore will going into action that night. Jagged Edge and
Hold on. Did you say Johnny Dangerously?
Yes, I did.
I thought
and did you say Bobby Moore?
I thought Johnny Dangerously retired.
Johnny Dangerous. Johnny Dangerous.
Johnny Dangerous. Oh, Johnny Dangerous. Now you're going to the highway to the danger zone. Have you guys ever seen this? He does a thing called the Golden Hammer, where he gets on the top rope and he does a 450 double axe handle. It is a thing of beauty. I've only seen one other person hit this. Johnny Dangerous. This and Bobby, the Hit for Hire, Bobby Moore, who you all know I've known my entire career. Bobby, Johnny, this will steal the show. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. I know we're running down Anarchy, but I'm just saying. This is going to steal the show. Quite like Calm Like a Bomb Pandora against Nina Monet will do at the Pell City Civic Center that very night. And at AWA Mumford when they battle each other there, too, as well.
And you're actually saying that they're going to battle first at Global Championship Wrestling at the Pell City Civic Center in Pell City, Alabama. Bell time 7:30 p.m. Tickets are only $10 a piece, and it will be a CW21 TV taping.
Only $10, Eddie?
Only $10.
Only $10?
Only $10.
$10?
And this will be a CW21 TV taping. In other words, this will be a wrestling event.
Bring your signs. Bring your signs. And you make sure tonight that you tell all those sheeple that you deal with on GCW, did you make sure that the Wicked Nemesis told them? Don't tell them that I told them to be there, because they're all morons, as you all know this in my video, but tell them to bring their signs by all means. This is a steal. I think Mad Dog and the rest of GCW, I think that the Underground should take over and charge everybody $20 and fire Ted Guinness.
Oh, trust me, there's a lot of other things I think they should do with Ted Guinness.
Now.
I think they should stick him up Eddie's butt.
Oh God!
Oh, he's already up Eddie's butt. Have you ever listened to commentary? I don't see how you move around on. I don't see how you move around on stage there, Eddie.
I don't know how in the hell Eddie drags all that dead weight around. He's like an old traveling, slave. Come on, boss, let's go, boss. I've been shot in the leg.
Gentlemen.
No, come on, boss, we gotta make it to Indiana.
Gentlemen. I thought for sure you were going to say Ohio, you ass. Also, coming up...
I should have. Oh, my God.
You could have drug into the
joke is ruined.
You could have brought the joke back, and you didn't do it. You slept that one, and I didn't. Ha ha. Also, Saturday night, July the 28th, Chikara Pro Wrestling comes to South Portland, Maine, at the Strive Center, 28 Foden Road, 7:30 p.m. bell time. Eddie Kingston, Sarah Del Rey for the Grand Championship of Chikara. Also on the card, Green Ant, Assailant, Tim Donst. Oh God, they've got more stars. Let's see, the Young Bucks, the Heartthrobs, Quackenbush and Jigsaw, Manus and Hallowicked are going to be there. Frightmare, Ophidian, Sugar Dunkerton will be there, and he'll be taking on the Shard. That's Saturday, July the 28th in Chikara. Check out ChikaraPro.com for upcoming showing. .com.
Casey.
Yeah, really. Yeah, Casey, you're really. Or you could also have taken Robin from the original Super Friends series, because that was Mr. Kasem as well. And actually, they're going to be on Saturday night, July the 29th. Sunday, July 29th. Y'all got me screwing it up. Sunday, July 29th, Chikara comes to Everett, Massachusetts. It's going to be, the show is called Give 'em the Axe at the Everett Rec Center in Everett, Massachusetts. The Throwbacks take on the Young Bucks. Sarah Del Rey takes on Icarus. The Spectral Envoy takes on Soldier, Combatant, and Deviant. Jigsaw takes on Jacob Hammermeyer, and you've got Sugar Dunkerton on back-to-back shows, so the Chocolate Ice Cream Dream back in full force. Glad to see Sugar Dunkerton back in action.
But he is, and let me just bring this up, he is being screwed out of his spot in the Throwbacks on the King of Trios, and he has gone to Wink Vavasour, the director of fun for Chikara, and petitioned that he be put on a team. And there's other stuff going on with the Colony and the Swarm, and because of the Chikara mathematics, and I don't know, but I'm not happy with Wink, and I'm gonna have a strong, if when they come to Piedmont, if Wink is with them, he and I, of course it's going to be after the King of Trios, but that's beside the point. He and I are going to have words. That's right. Damn it. To hell. Ass.
Also want to let everybody know, Saturday night, July the 28th, Evolve Pro Wrestling comes to Taylor, Michigan at the Gibraltar Trade Center, 15525 Racho Road, R-A-C-H-O, pronounce it if you want to. Open the Freedom Gate title match. Johnny Gargano defends against Akira Tozawa. The Dream Tag Team match. Shima and AR Fox versus El Generico and Samurai del Sol. Yamato, Ricochet, Rich Swann, Chuck Taylor, the Super Smash Brothers, The Scene, and you've got a lot more stars on that event. Once again, that is Saturday night, July the 28th, Dragon Gate, USA. Hats off to everybody. Gabe Sapolsky and Company with DG USA. They're actually going back-to-back days. They do have an event coming up on Sunday, July the 29th as well. Matter of fact, that is going to be in Chicago, Illinois. Going at 11 minutes before the top of the hour. Want to go ahead and give Wicked and MaBo both an opportunity to pop last call. Remember, in about 11 minutes from right now, we're actually 16 counting the top of the hour break. We're going to be joined by Adam Gibbs from Sport Fight X, getting ready for a huge event at Birmingham's historic Boutwell Municipal Auditorium. This will be a pay-per-view event through GoFightLive.tv. And I was going to wait till the interview, but I'm going to go ahead and say this because I get the opportunity to, and it's my show, so you can't. I had the honor and the privilege of being, for half of the show, the guest ring announcer, and I would like to thank Mr. Gibbs and everybody with Sport Fight X for this great opportunity. And when the pay-per-view goes live through GoFightLive.tv, I have the honor of returning back behind the broadcast desk, and I will be one part of the commentary team for the pay-per-view. So I am genuinely looking forward to it. This is a bucket list item for me, and I want to thank from the bottom of my heart, first off, Adam Gibbs and everybody with Sport Fight X for the opportunity. I want to say thank you to Dan Sawyer and everybody with Global Championship Wrestling for understanding, because normally I would be in Pell City on the 28th. Tell you, you've got some great events going on the 28th all across the country. Mark your calendars, make your plans, and for our friends in Birmingham, in the central Alabama area, like I said, especially. And Wicked, I know that you're also going to give the other one a plug because I know that you're there, and anytime you're there, it's not just a show, it's an event. Took that one from you. Like I said, Saturday the 28th, mixed martial arts fans, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at the Boutwell Municipal Auditorium for Sport Fight X. Wrestling fans, damn sure make your way to Pell City for Global Championship Wrestling at the Pell City Civic Center. And before I go to shameless plugs for the gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and say 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, GCW Radio, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer will be joining yours truly, Ted Guinness, O'Hagan, and JJ Tanner as we set our sights on Pell City, Alabama. Now, that part having been said, Wicked Nemesis, last call.
First of all, I will be listening to GCW tonight. So you better, Eddie, you better make sure that your little lap dog's in line. Because don't make me neuter that lap dog, because I will.
I thought you were going to say you better hear at least 6 references to your name.
Oh, I expect that. I don't even have to ask that anymore. And I don't want Wicked Nemesis, Wicked Nemesis. That's cheating.
No, it's not.
That's works. Cheating. I know what you're going to do. And I want to hear it right, because this is not just any match. This is not Angelina Rush's stupid ass who can't even work doing it. No. This is Nina Monet, a former fitness model former dancer. This woman made a living off dancing. Have you seen the legs on this woman?
I think
they
so.
can crush a cantaloupe with a watermelon inside of it. And I've told her this several times. If she ever decided that she wanted to come to her senses and make some money, to come to me, come to the Oracle of Ominous, the architect of intellect. What'd you call him, Eddie? Tell you, boy, the architect of intellect. And I know he doesn't know what the hell that means, but tell him that's the whole point. Now, Nina Monet and Calm Like a Bomb Pandora this Saturday. 2 places. You get a still at GCW Pro Wrestling in Pell City at the Civic Center. 200 plus people there last time to see Angelina Rush cheat to win. I'm telling you, no matter what, Nina Monet trying to make a name for herself, oh no, no, no. You're not Calm Like a Bomb Pandora. You're a fast rising star. You're one of the best up and coming wrestlers. You're training MMA. You're doing this, but you're not Calm Like a Bomb Pandora. You're not going to make your name off a legend. That's not how it works. But we're going to give you every opportunity to go out there twice. Montford, Alabama for AWA and GCW in Pell City. You get 2 opportunities for greatness, kid. 2. This doesn't happen often. You make your moves. You make sure that whatever you do, Nina, that you're at 100%. You make sure that you take this serious, because I'm telling you right now, there's a clock ticking. And when you take that final breath, Nina Monet, 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to be looking up. 2, you're going to realize something very, very quickly. Dreams are just lies we tell ourselves when we're in slumber, and you're going to be put to slumber, to sleep, by Calm Like a Bomb Pandora with yours truly, the Wicked Nemesis, there at ringside. Because I don't do nothing. I'm a real manager. Real managers don't do nothing. We're always working. Eddie can attest to that.
Yep.
MaBo can really attest to that, because MaBo knows my career better than I do. 2 places this Saturday. 2 places to see great women's wrestling. I know Mad Dog Dan Sawyer is calling this a Divas match, and I want this addressed tonight too, Eddie. He can call it a Divas match because that's what brings them in. This is not going to be 2 divas. This is not going to be 2 knockouts. These are 2 women wrestlers. 2 women that are going to go in there and knock the crap out of each other. You saw Amos Moses against the Russian Assassin this morning at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time on CW21, followed up by Angelina Rush against Calm Like a Bomb Pandora. These were 2 total opposite matches.
Yep.
Barred down, hands none. This was the match. No holes barred right there. You can join me Wednesday, the To Be Determined show, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, with Joey Image, Mad Dog Matt Denton, and of course the NWA Women's World Champion Tasha Simone. So guys, I'm stoked and excited for the 1000th episode tomorrow night. Hey, special start time starting tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Raw on USA. From here on out, 3 hours. And I've heard the 3rd hour is going to be social media. Wow.
I would like to go ahead and impart to you one that I came up for myself back in the mid-'80s. If you would like to run with this one, you're more than welcome to it, with my blessing. The Insane Sage of Insensitivity.
No, because I'm not insensitive. I'm not insensitive. I just don't care. I'm just the truthiness. But that is awesome. But that doesn't fit. That doesn't fit the Wicked Nemesis. That fits JJ Tanner. Maybe you need to give it to him, then he can steal it.
Please, no.
Make it some
Oh no!
I like JJ. I like JJ. I like JJ. But come on, get real. A T-shirt, sunglasses, and a blazer. You know, if he had 2 necklaces, a mohawk, and a mask, he still wouldn't be me. He'd still be JJ Tanner. There's only one Wicked Nemesis. Ow!
Mark Bowman. Last call. MaBo, last call.
Last call or shameless plug?
Go for it. You do them both.
I don't care. I don't give a damn about no damn shameless plugs, man. Shoot.
That's right.
I don't need to plug nothing except freaking Madison Rain's butthole. Anyway. Ow! I would like to say, as much as I would like to watch Raw and everything, tomorrow night Warehouse 13 comes back on Sci-Fi. Favorite show. Just saying. All up in that. And for those who would like to start a petition on Twitter. I don't know why I'm doing big hand gestures like I'm Fast Eddie Layne on TV.
Hey, there you go.
Because like there's nobody in the room looking at me. There's a gorgeous female that goes by the name of Alloy Ash. She's on Twitter. I'm just saying, if anybody wants to talk her into, like, you know, maybe, you know, hooking up with me, that's cool. Just saying. Because she's hot. Got multicolored hair, freaking tattoos. Basically, any type of woman you think I would not, that would be like the last on my list. No, she's first. She's hot. All about that. Just saying. Alloy Ash. ALLOYASH. Just saying. I ain't got nothing else. I don't really care. I'm freaking hungry.
Of course, you can find Wicked Nemesis on Twitter at Wicked Nemesis. Run it all together. MaBo, you can find on Twitter at MA_BO. And you can also find both gentlemen on Facebook as well. Folks, we are going to go to the top of the hour break. When we return, I will be joined by the promoter and the main man for Sport Fight X Mixed Martial Arts. And we are damn sure going to have a better show than what you saw last night on pay-per-view from the UFC. 4 matches went to judges. 1 match, the first match had a second round ending. I guarantee you, for our friends in the Central Alabama area, you want a mixed martial arts show that's going to kick somebody's ass, namely yours, and you're going to have a good time at it. Join me right after the top of the hour, right here on Beyond Ringside.
As an expectant mom, I'm especially at risk for serious flu-related complications. That's why the CDC and American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recommend that pregnant women like me get both the H1N1 and seasonal flu vaccines. Vaccination is safe and is the most effective way to protect ourselves and our babies. For more information and to get the facts, go to flu.gov. Together, we can all fight the flu.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hey parents, pick up your kids without embarrassing them with OMGPS, a navigation system that tells you how far away you need to park when you pick them up.
Keisha at mall. Proceed to outer food court.
Thanks, OMGPS.
OMGPS is not available in stores because it doesn't exist. But that's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
You have tuned in and are now live listening to the 3-time NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Scrapper Nana Pierce. And just like you, I am also locked in. And brother, we are beyond ringside.
This morning, a woman reached out. A man stepped up. Somebody sat down with 16-year-old Steven and taught him better study habits, and suddenly, toughing it out till graduation seemed to Steven a pretty good idea. We're realizing the way we live our lives can impact the way others live theirs, their education, their income, their health. We're not just wearing the shirt, we're living it. Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is Vengeance David Fuller, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hi, this is John Andrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
And this is Kenny Kip Kennedy, master of Kenny's Kempo Karate, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Smells good.
Well, look who came out of his man cave.
Just checking on you and dinner.
Well, your stomach clock is fast. Gonna be a while. Well, why don't you...
You okay?
Oh!
Honey!
2 out of 3 people with diabetes die of a heart attack or stroke. But you can lower the risk. Ask your healthcare provider how. For more info, go to diabetesactnow.org. Brought to you by the American Diabetes Association and the Ad Council.
This is the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and the whole shebang. Johnny Gargano, you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hey, how you doing? This is Joe Walsh. I'm speaking on behalf of RAD. It's okay to rock and roll, right? But don't drive home drunk. If you're drunk, call me up. I have a limo. I'll come and get you.
Sleep all day, out all night.
public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Voodoo Lily with Birmingham's Tragic City Rollers, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
Hi, NBA forward Kevin Durant from the Oklahoma City Thunder, here with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you'll have more energy to do the things you like to do.
And that's a slam dunk.
Whether you like to shoot hoops like me, skateboard, ride a bike,
or dance on your roof,
be a player.
Get up, play, and move it your way.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
Oh, yes! This is Paul Bear! And some people call me Percy Pringle III. You're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Let me drive.
How do you know when it's time to give up the keys? When your dog grabs your keys from your lap and your lap is on the floor. Yep, it's Jeff Foxworthy Parade saying, when you party, be sure to designate before you celebrate.
If you want to make it home alive, let me drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Please don't drink and drive. It's not fun.
This is the Bee's Knees, the Cats Pajamas, and the whole shebang. Johnny Gargano, you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
It's me. It's that D to the O to the double G. Always sitting next year, near doggy style. The road dog Jesse James, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside. Get it? Got it? Good.
Hi, this is Jamie McMurray here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. Want to make a difference? It's simple. Be responsible. Plan ahead. Designate before you celebrate. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Six after the top of the hour, welcome into your home for wrestling, MMA, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Welcome back to Beyond Ringside, live from the Vault in the Full Range Entertainment Studios in beautiful Birmingham, Alabama. Actually, just a little bit south, but, you know, not a lot of people recognize the city where I actually am, so I say Birmingham anyway and just say, Fast Eddie Layne behind the control panel, welcoming in our very special guest at this time with Sport Fight X Mixed Martial Arts Productions, Mr. Adam Gibbs. Adam, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on, baby.
Adam, it is a tremendous pleasure to have you back on board with us. For those who have been listening for a while, you remember the fact that Sport Fight X recently held a show in Huntsville, Alabama. The Rocket City playing host, the South Hall at the Von Braun Civic Center. Tremendous outing. And I had an opportunity and the blessing to be a part of that event on the pay-per-view side as one of the commentators. And once again, I want to say thank you. More than anything else, thank you for putting up with me. I know it's a cliche phrase, but it's definitely the truth. And now you're coming back Saturday night, July the 28th at sorry, just bit my tongue. In Birmingham, Alabama. Well, we've got multiple times that we're going to be working on this, but let's go ahead and get right on into it. Sport Fight X comes to the Magic City of Birmingham, Adam.
Yeah, this is a show that we tried to have January would have been a year ago, and Birmingham is a city that we've always wanted to go to, and it just now has worked out to be that way. And Birmingham historically has been a loser for MMA, but we're hoping that this one here will really do well.
You are breaking up just a hair.
Yeah, we're hoping that this one here will really do well. We can't wait to get back to Birmingham.
And this is going to be at historic Boutwell Municipal Auditorium. I mean, now here's the thing. Sport Fight X had the first MMA pay-per-view, the first sanctioned pro-am in the state, up in the Rocket City back earlier this year, and now you're bringing that first real card to Birmingham at Boutwell since the installation, so to speak, of the Alabama Athletic Commission. Now, on this particular event, is this going to be a complete pro card, or is this going to be amateurs and pros?
It's going to be a split card, just like what we had in Huntsville. The thing about Alabama is, in most other places, there's not a lot of pros like in one certain area to choose from. And the biggest thing for us is trying to capture as many guys that are like local, hot, up-and-coming guys that are pros and put them on a card. And probably Birmingham is about the same as any other city. About 5 is probably all you can just about handle from there.
And you've had the opportunity to speak with some great talent, and you're going to have some tremendous fighters on this one. Matter of fact, one of the main events, one of the feature matches that's going to be on the card is Daniel O'Brien and Moises Gabin.
That's correct. Daniel O'Brien is a guy that he fought for us January a year ago. He trained for Pride Martial Arts Control in Alabama. He's going to be fighting a guy, Moises Gabin. He's a guy that was from the Black Millions out of Miami. That's where that's where he trained out of. A lot of your UFC guys come from there. We're really excited to have both of those on there.
And a person who I had an opportunity to see in action up at the Huntsville show, who'll be coming to Birmingham at Boutwell Auditorium on Saturday night, July the 28th. Stephen Willite's going to be taking on Chad Livingston.
Yeah, Stephen is another triad guy from Coleman, Alabama. He's a guy that's fought for us a couple of times, and he's always done exceptionally well against the guy that we put him in there with. He will be really stepping up, fighting a guy that's probably, I'm going to say he's probably as good a 145-pound guy you'll find anywhere. He is the top 145-pound fighter in the state of Florida as an amateur right now. He'll be making his pro debut, and that's going to be Chad Livingston. Livingston is a guy that's like, as an amateur, was like 6'1". I mean, he's fought out of that Tampa, Fort St. Lucie area. I mean, he's fought some really tough guys. He trains with Dean Thomas, who is a former UFC star and an American top team in Fort St. Lucie, Florida. So we're really excited about having him on there.
Now, do me a favor. We talked about this a little bit off air. The doors are going to open at what time?
Well, the doors open at 6 o'clock. It's about, well, and right now, we always run like a prelim, and we've done this ever since we started to try to get like 10 fights in the main card. We have a new production manager. He's stepping in, so he's going to make a few changes on it. And I'm going to say probably those bouts are going to start between like 6:45 and 7, and then they'll run all the way to like 8:45 or so, and then we'll stop for about 15 minutes before we open up that front side.
Okay. Now, from that vantage point, ticket availability and ticket prices, what are we looking at right now?
The ticket prices are running $30, $50, and $75. They're on sale at MagicCityTix.com, or you can buy them at the Boutwell box office.
Okay, but you've got MagicCityTix.com. There's also a telephone number people can call if my notes are right?
That's correct. I'll have to get that number for you.
205-994-2534.
That's it. I've got so many numbers running down here for the last couple of days. It's hard to keep up with what's going on.
I imagine you've been going crazy trying to get everything finalized and set up, because not only are you now are you dealing which organization are you dealing with for the AMI side?
IFKA, Corey Schaefer. He's a really good friend of mine, and that's that's what we think on the amateur side. Of course, the athletic commission will be on the pro side.
Okay. Yeah, I've had a chance to speak with a good friend of ours, Vicki Jackson, over at ATO. I know that we're actually going to be splitting time because I'll be covering the show. Of course, once again, thank you for the opportunity. I'll be working the event with Sport Fight X, but I'll also be covering it for Beyond Ringside. Vicki's doing some coverage for ATO as well as for her other sites, but she's also going to be working another event in a different part of the state later that night. But now, we're making the reference to the ticket prices, and this is a conversation, and I don't do this normally, but we had a conversation off air about an event which took place last night on pay-per-view. And we all know how much the pay-per-view events cost when you're watching that particular company. Now, you said that certain tickets are going to be going for $30, $50, and $75, right?
That's correct.
Now, here's the thing. I will say this 7 days a week and twice on Sunday between 5:30 and 8 p.m. Central. When you have an opportunity, number one, this is going to be the first pure MMA show, AMI and Pro, to be held at Boutwell Auditorium since that three-letter organization held one back in their early double digits, if my notes are right. You've had, and definitely the first at Boutwell since the inception of the Alabama Athletic Commission. So this is going to be a historic night on more than just one front. And not to mention the fact that this is going to be a pay-per-view which is available through GoFightLive.tv, right?
That's correct, yeah. We ran into a little bit of a problem with for us, we had to have a strong internet connection for the upload on the pay-per-view side. The Boutwell was built in like 1924, and that's been that place is still, the wiring in it is still like, there's not any kind of real good technology, or like real good technology just came there. So there's like on the DSL line, so we're trying to work out a deal now. We were afraid that we were going to lose the pay-per-view up to the end of the week, and we think we've got a solution for that, other than the fact that you can bring in like a truck and stream it. But I think it worked out to be able to pull that off. But we've never had that problem before. It's just that their uploads a little bit slower than what we're going to have to have.
Now, also, one thing to take into consideration for those who cannot be in the Birmingham area next Saturday night, July the 28th, for this event at Boutwell Auditorium, if you order the pay-per-view, you get a chance to see it live as it happens, but by the same token, remember, when you order an event through GFL, through GoFightLive.tv, you have replay rights, and you're going to, after the live event's over, you're going to be uploading the footage directly from Boutwell Auditorium to GFL servers, right?
That's correct. You can watch it anytime. I mean, you can be on demand at that point. You can watch it. You can watch it 100 times.
I had a chance to catch a couple of the replays going from the last show, and we had a couple of fun moments up on the production side up at the Huntsville gathering. But I say this, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, because when you go ahead.
That was a good event. The biggest thing for us from there was that the fights were just not as exciting as what we had historically had. And but I think that these fights are going to be a lot. Of course, I mean, it's kind of like the UFC Commerce stuff. They weren't not taking anything away from the fighter or anybody else involved there. I mean, it's just that a lot of the fights didn't go as long as what we thought, and a lot of them were first round finishes. But for that part there, we didn't have near the camps coming in from other places that we did like this fight. I mean, we've got guys coming in. I think there's 13 different camps that are represented at from Birmingham. With 20 and 28 fighters. I mean, there's guys coming in from all over the place.
And there's also a definite human interest side to this entire scenario, because not only have you got some very talented up-and-coming amateurs, you've got some great professionals who are looking to continue to hone their skills and to build their body of work, but you've also got some people on this card who are actually going to be able to fight on an event like this in their home market of Birmingham, Alabama for the first time ever. Case point scenario, Keaton Wood, who, of course, longtime listeners to Beyond Ringside are going to remember, is the son of Christy Isbell, mom of 8, who turned MMA activist. And I know that she was elated. I know that she and Brian were elated to catch Keaton fighting at the Huntsville show. Well, now he's practically fighting in their backyard, because they live, I think, 35 to 40 minutes away from Boutwell Auditorium. So you know that people who are finally going to get a chance to fight here in Birmingham, especially at a facility like Boutwell Auditorium, I mean, a facility that is so steeped in history and tradition, you would have to take at least another week to be able to talk about all the different things that have happened at Boutwell Auditorium over the years. And then you're going to be right there at Boutwell Auditorium on an event such as this, 14 fights, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, a lot of times, like the 5 weeks leading up to the, you'll lose like a fight or so. And but you talk about Keith Wood. Keith Wood is a guy that we've just kind of followed him ever since he first started. He's a guy that he moved from Shelby, Alabama, where he trained. He was training for the Southern Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's back from now. But he went to American Top Team in Atlanta. He lost his first match over in Atlanta. Just a really, really good amateur. He won in Huntsville really fast for us. And but he's a guy that he's the guy I'm looking for when I'm looking for the fight for him. Not just if he's from like Birmingham, but he's a guy that plays nice. He likely has a real future in it today. And I really think about it. And his mother, people don't realize how much help she did for the state of Alabama and helping us trying to make that final push to get it sanctioned. So those two right there, I really think a lot of.
And we talk about the different fights that are taking place on the event this coming Saturday night. Once again, July 28th, Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama. Once again, this will be a pay-per-view event available through GoFightLive.tv. One of the fights that I'm taking a look at right now, Matt Ward and Alan Little coming up this Saturday night.
Yeah, Matt Ward's a guy. He's fought for us an hour or two, and he comes from Triad. He's from Purple Belt for Jiu-Jitsu. Really, really talented guy. He's kind of all the time I was talking about Keith Wood. He's a guy that he's not out there just to fight so that he can run down the bar and kind of break the bar or something like that. He's a guy taking it very serious. He'll be fighting his first professional fight, taking on Alan Little. Alan Little, Matt Ward's making a debut season going on as a pro, but Alan Little is a guy that was like 7-1 as an amateur. He's 0-2 as a pro, but he's caught maybe he's had 2 pretty tough fights. One of them really didn't go his way because I think he was like injured during the fight, and then the referees have to call him quick. But besides that, he's a guy who comes from Hardcore Gym. Hardcore Gym is this guy from Rory Singer himself. He owns the gym. They got guys. Flush Griffin comes from there. Brian Bowles, Kel Yarbrough's on Austin Potter, Scott Barrett, fights from XFC, Todd Thorne, Jared Berg. There's a ton of guys coming out of that gym there. So, don't let his record fool you.
Now, also, you've got a lot of great fighters coming in for this one. Another fight that's actually grabbing my attention, I've had a chance to do a little bit of homework. Joshua Robertson and Brian Avery.
Yeah, Joshua Robertson, he's a guy from Birmingham. He's originally from Robb, Alabama. He moved up to train with Spartan Fitness, Chris Conley. Chris Conley's produced guys like Oliver, Marcus Green, and a bunch of guys like that. Josh is Marcus's roommate. They usually come to that Brick, Florida, where they train at American Top Team. So Josh is a really high-level heavyweight. He's got a record of 1-1, so he's kind of an upcoming guy. He's not the guy that Rodriguez is today from Atlanta, Georgia. Jorge Rodriguez he's got a ton of good guys out of there. And I think it's a heavyweight fight. I think that'll be a pretty exciting fight.
I'm going to ask you to be shameless, and I know you are, because you and I work very well together on this one. Sponsors for the event?
Well, we've got Winterwell has been our sponsor from day one. They're the ones who really put us on the map and let us do things. We've been fortunate to have them so that we can do things we wanted to do. We got Mega Tires coming back, 1031 the Balkans. They're a big sponsor for us. And a couple other guys, a couple other sponsors that should filter in this week. I don't have to record for that.
I'm really looking forward to this. Now, once again, the doors are going to open at 6 p.m. Ticket availability still. How are things looking right now? What is if people are looking for that Best Buy at $30 a seat? You've got good seating still available?
I'm going to say the $30 seat is probably the most valuable seat in the whole house. I know you've been in about well, so all of those seats are up on the floor. They call it the dress circle, and then I don't know what else to call it, but all of those seats are the $30 seats. If you buy one of those, you'll have a good seat in the house. Plus, there'll be a big screen. It's not that seat good seat. But all of them, there's still some tickets available. If I'm not mistaken, all price range.
This looks like it's going to be a great event. And for those who talk about the price on pay-per-views and catching last night's event, 5 fights, $40+ pay-per-view, 14 fights. $30 tickets, $50 tickets, $75 tickets. Now, I know at the Huntsville show you're doing some with the VIP tables. Are you going to have VIPs available down here?
Actually, we sold VIP seats in Huntsville, but we never had the tables before. I know what you're probably referring to. There were some tables there behind us. There were like first row or something. So we did those $75 seats. Those are first and second row seats. I want to add this to we have a deal going with the Marine. There's a program called A Hero. The letter stand for something I can't exactly recall what it is right now. But A Hero is for it's a program that affords like Marines that are injured in combat to be able to go do things like the UFC fight. The particular one that we're raising money for, there's a fishing trip where these guys leave out of $10 on a deep sea fishing trip. We're trying to raise money from their airfare, so $1 from each ticket will go. It's $1 off the top of the ticket. Will go to A Hero. There's a guy that's also not government. That's Lee Stuck. He's very good for us to work with. We want to raise as much money for them as we can.
And from if things go like I'm hoping they do, I think we definitely will be able to go for some serious money for a really good cause. Adam, I'm looking forward to it. If there's a message you want to put out there, the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, the only other thing I wanted to mention was Anthony Reddick. He's got the only gym I didn't get to mention. It's right here close is Champion. Champions has a couple of guys on there that they're pro that they chose to put on there with Anthony Reddick. He has a real strong boxing background. He's going to be fighting Thomas Thompson from Hardcore 10. And then Champions also has Eric Andrews. He's about the guy named Nathan Gaylor from Hardcore 10. Eric is 6-1. Nathan is 7-0. I truly believe this will be the toughest fight that either one of those guys have. And both of those guys are probably going pro just about after that.
Where can people find Sport Fight X on the web?
It's www.sportfightex.com. We also have a fan page. The Facebook page we have has about 6,500 friends and want to accept any more. So you can find us on Twitter at SportFightX. You can catch me at The Adam Kid.
What was the last one?
My personal Twitter is at The Adam Kid.
Ah, cool. I need to add that.
We need you on there.
And believe me when I say Beyond Ringside is definitely looking forward to being a part of the show, and yours truly, I'm very honored once again to be invited to come back, and I honestly can't say how much of a blessing that I genuinely look at this as. I mean, it's a tremendous opportunity, and I just want to say thank you. More than anything else, I appreciate you and everything that Sport Fight X is doing right now. Folks.
Hey, let me say this. I didn't get a chance to say it. Nobody gives you enough credit for what you do. Because I've been to your studio and know how hard that you work and how devoted you are. And you don't have to thank us. We want to thank you for everything you've done. Not only do you do a fantastic job to fight whatever we've asked you to do, but you also give us some great covers. And for that, we thank you for it.
It's our privilege, believe me. One of the original mission statement for Beyond Ringside is to shine that light the best way we can. And for everybody who talks about the television deals and the pay-per-view deals, when you have an opportunity to get a true grassroots promotion that is going to bring you the absolute best, whether it be amateur, professional, or all of the above, get out of the house. Get out from in front of the television. Go see it live. Go Fight Live TV is going to be a wonderful thing. The pay-per-view is going to be great because you're going to want to watch this over and over. I guarantee it. Like I said,
we definitely need the support because not only are you support the company, you're also support. There's a lot of companies out there that are doing amateur shows, but these professionals, a lot of these guys, that's where they make a living. And the only way that we can continue to do what we do is for people to come out and support.
Friends, mark your calendars. Make your plans. Saturday night, July the 28th, historic Boutwell Municipal Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama. Sport Fight X. 14 matches on the card. Doors are going to open at 6. First fight scheduled to go between 6:45 and 7 o'clock, and the pro side goes live at 8 o'clock p.m. This is one you definitely want to make plans to be there. Adam, always a pleasure to have you on Beyond Ringside. Looking forward to seeing you this week, my friend.
Thank you so much, Eddie.
Folks, we are going to go to the break, and I'll be back right here on Beyond Ringside right after this.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
Hi, NBA forward Kevin Durant from the Oklahoma City Thunder, here with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you'll have more energy to do the things you like to do.
And that's a slam dunk.
Whether you like to shoot hoops like me, skateboard, ride a bike,
or dance on your roof,
be a player.
Get up, play, and move it your way.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
Oh, yes, this is Paul Bear, and some people call me Percy Pringle III. You're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Let me drive.
How do you know when it's time to give up the keys? When your dog grabs your keys from your lap and your lap is on the floor. Yep, it's Jeff Foxworthy Parade saying, when you party, be sure to designate before you celebrate.
If you want to make it home alive, let me drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Please don't drink and drive. It's not fun.
This is the Bee's Knees, the Cats Pajamas, and the whole shebang. Johnny Gargano, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
It's me. It's that D to the O to the double G. Always sitting next year near Doggy Style, the road dog Jesse James, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside. Get it? Got it? Good.
Hi, this is Jamie McMurray here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. Want to make a difference? It's simple. Be responsible. Plan ahead. Designate before you celebrate. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This is Pam Allen, daughter of Gordon Soley, and you are locked in on Beyond Ringside.
Gotta love it. Sunday Night Live. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside. Fast Eddie Layne on this side of the control panel. It's been a crazy week, and next week is going to be no exception. Tag team partners Wicked Nemesis, Mark Bowman bailed out for a little while, and I thought they were going to. They said they might try to come back in, and you know me, family life comes first. Mark, I know, had not been feeling good ever since the spider bite that he received a couple of weeks ago, and we're trying to get him totally back up to 100%. Wicked Nemesis has family obligations in play, and you know me, family comes first. I want to take a moment to say a very special thank you to Adam Gibbs with Sport Fight X. I know that a lot of what he was saying didn't go out. We are going to probably recut the interview. We may do a taped version of it, and then I will upload it into the podcast tomorrow afternoon. And trying to get everything put into play for next Saturday night. And like I said, there's a lot of great shows going on next Saturday night. You had a chance to hear us talk about the Chikara show, the Dragon Gate USA show. Of course, if you haven't had a chance to, for those in those particular markets, if you haven't had a chance to check out those, also next Saturday night in NWA Anarchy, the Church of Southern Wrestling, they've got a huge event going down next week over in the Georgia market. And then you've got shows in our own backyard. Saturday night, July the 28th, Pell City, Alabama, Global Championship Wrestling returns. Micah Taylor and Trevor Eon in the main event for that one. GCW champion, 0-1 Max US champion Micah Taylor in the ring. Going to be covering those matches a little bit more in depth a little bit later on. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to listen to Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio, it'll be broadcast live right here on BeyondRingside.com. Also at Ustream.tv/channel/GCW Pro Wrestling. I've got a full week on the plate and looking forward to every minute of it. Tomorrow night and Tuesday night, I will be back with the Birmingham Barons live at Regions Park in Hoover, Alabama. We are getting everything in place and getting ready for the big move to the new Regions Field in downtown Birmingham, Alabama next year. This is scheduled to be our final season with Regions Park. From that vantage point, hang on one second. Taking care of some things live also. Like I said, yeah, tomorrow night, Regions Field, it's gonna Regions Park. I'm so sorry, Hoover, Alabama. 7:05 first pitch. Back to basics Mondays with the Birmingham Barons. So for the baseball fans in the Central Alabama area, the Barons have turned in some great performances on the field this year. And if you haven't had a chance to catch, for my friends in Birmingham, Pleasant Grove, Fairfield, Hoover, Pelham, Alabaster, Calera, Columbiana, all the way out east, St. Clair County, west toward Tuscaloosa, you're missing some great times with the Birmingham Barons. Monday night, Tuesday night, both home games. Wednesday night, I'll be back with Papa Sias in Helena, Alabama. That's going to be an 8 p.m. start time. Thursday night, Buffalo Wild Wings in Hoover. Understand they had a packed house last night at Buffalo's in Hoover and at Buffalo's in Alabaster for the UFC event. I'm skittish to say too much about the UFC event from last night because of the way things went down. I expect a lot from the Ultimate Fighting Championships and the fighters that they have there, because of the fact that they have so many great names. Now, I will be honest when I say that I expected last night to be a beat-list pay-per-view, because when the main focal point is going to be the interim title. And there are some fighters on that show last night that were genuinely looking to improve their standing in the UFC and continue to build their way either towards or back towards a championship match. None of the fights really impressed me other than the first one. Like I said, the Clements Biddle fight. Just absolutely none of them, other than the opener, just floored me. All the other four fights had moments of brilliance. And other than that, for all four of those fights to go to the judges' table showed me how little any of those fighters really wanted it. Even Dana White himself has said, if you want to avoid the controversy, if you want to show the fact that you are a clear-cut winner, don't let it go to the judges. Go for the knockout. Go for the TKO. Go for the submission. I think last night we actually had 2 nut shots and an eye gouge. Sorry. I know it's going to happen eventually. I know it happens sooner or later. And it's just one of those circumstances where you had it twice on one card. Ow. But by the same token, like I said, and I'm a Czech Congo fan. I was expecting a lot more out of him last night because he is a very talented fighter and he's looking like he's got that hunger back. So, think about it. You got to put the world in proper perspective. That is why I'm so high on next Saturday night, July the 28th at Boutwell Auditorium with Sport Fight X. I mean, you're going to have a chance to see some great up-and-coming amateurs, some great up-and-coming pros that are looking to continue to build their skill set. The Sport Fight X show in Huntsville earlier this year, there were very few fights that went to the judges. And when you have fighters that are good enough to where they can get that momentary advantage to either get the knockout, get the TKO, or get the submission, that shows me how much they want it. It's not that the person they beat is bad. It's just the fact that they wanted it that much more at that particular moment. Because you could have that same fight the next night, and it could be the exact opposite result. But when you've got, and I'm taking a look at mixedmartialarts.com, you've got events next weekend going on everywhere from New York to Florida, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Virginia, Kansas, Texas, Ohio, right here in our state of Alabama, California, all the way through North Carolina. So for those who are tired of watching it on pay-per-view, get out of the house. Go watch it live. And you know that I'm going to say the same thing about professional wrestling. You know that I'm going to say the same thing about boxing. Hell, you know I'm going to say the same thing about roller derby. TragicCityRollers.com. There's some great events going on. Do yourself a favor. Honestly, get out from in front of the TV set. Get in a car, ride a bike, take a bus, hang glide, rollerblade, parasail, get a pack mule, call the Amish and take the horse-drawn carriage. That was not a slight. I swear it wasn't. That was meant to be quasi-humorous. Sometimes it doesn't come out that way. But there is nothing like being at these events live. Yeah, you can have a group of 15 over, like a good friend of mine, Billy Neely, last night. Went over to his house to catch the UFC show. Had a great time. Had a chance to, for him, his brother Jamie, and we had some great friends show up for that event. And we all had a good time laughing, hollering, hooping it up. And we're all of the mindset, for the ones, okay, and some of the guys who were there last night work with Global Championship Wrestling. So necessarily wasn't a GCW UFC pay-per-view. However, some of the GCW guys did get together for the pay-per-view. There you go. And we're all of the mindset, when I was telling them about the show this coming Saturday night at Boutwell Auditorium with Sport Fight X, they're like, dude, if I wasn't booked at GCW, I would grab a ticket and be there. So you've got the best of both worlds in my backyard of Birmingham. So if you take a look around, regardless of where you are, and I know that we have people listening up in Canada. We have people who listen in Mexico. Thank you all for listening. We have people who listen all the way over in Australia. Thank you. We have people who listen over in the UK. I mean, whether it be England, Ireland, Scotland, thank you. We have people who listen to the show in Italy. Thank you. We have people who are back listening to us again in Iceland. Thank you. If you're tired of what you're seeing on television, grab your paper, get on the internet, find out the shows that are going to be in your area. Go watch the live events. These live events are going to be reasonably priced, and you are going to have a great time there live. There's some things in this world that look better on television than they do in life. I'm not going to sit back and watch 18 holes of golf live and in person. That's just not me. To those who can, my hat's off to you. You've got a hell of a lot more patience than I do. NASCAR is just as much fun there as it is in front of the TV. I just get sick of commercials, although the line at the bathroom is a hell of a lot shorter when I watch it at TV. And knowing the fact that I may drink a beer or 10, I don't have to worry about a DUI when I turn off the TV. Although I will get a hotel room when I'm going out to Talladega, that way I don't have to worry about driving or stay in the campground. So just take it from me in that particular regard. I have the honor of working with some great events, and it doesn't matter where you are, you're going to have a chance to catch some really good stuff if you take the time. Find out where they are. We're working on trying to find a way to get the calendar back up and going. A lot of people have heard about the situation with the computer here in the studio. I went to a website that was supposed to be trustable, veoh.com. I will never make that mistake again. I inherited 2 Trojans on one computer just from that one site, and so I will wholeheartedly tell people to stay the hell away from veoh.com. It's not a porn site. At least I don't think it is. I was told it's a reputable video sharing site with their own little player. No, never happening again. So for all the little sites that want to put in the little Vidal player and crap like that, hell with you. Sorry. If I can't watch it directly from your stream on the website, I don't need to see it that badly. End of discussion. I want to say hello. Had a chance to speak with a good friend, Paulie Wells. A lot of you longtime listeners are going to remember Paulie from his brief stint here. He's made the move to Mississippi, and he'll be rejoining us here on Beyond Ringside in the very near future. Had a chance to speak with Brooks Logan recently, and Brooks has a new job where his work schedule is not allowing him to be off on Sundays at this point, but as soon as his schedule changes and he gets the free time, I've let him know the door is always open for him to call in. I made the reference during a previous segment that some of the alumni, as well as the current cast members of BR, are going to be laying down audio weblogs. I won't call them BLOGS. Tell you what, do me a favor, hang tight for a second, because the reason why you heard me stutter a little while ago is because I was inviting this person to call in, and you're going to get a chance to, if for those who listen to GCW Radio at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time, you'll have a chance to listen to him and possibly talk to him live. I'd like to welcome in the main man behind it all with Global Championship Wrestling here in the southeastern United States. I think I'm going to change that little gimmick now. Here in the southeastern U.S., Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. Daniel, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well, Eddie. Just trying to give you guys a call before you went off the air. I know we're going to do something at 9 with GCW Radio, but you know, the word is out. You know, the territory has been expanded, and Phoenix City, Alabama is now Global Championship Wrestling. So I know I've gotten several emails about it. People are excited. And, you know, we're going to, Columbus and Phoenix City was a strong wrestling area with the Oates family. We're bringing the best in independent wrestling to Phoenix City, Alabama, expanding the territory beyond Jasper and Pell City and Palmerdale and all the other ones. We added to Phoenix City on there. And coming up at the end of August, there will be another town and another state that we'll be discussing, but you know, getting ready for that tour over in Canton, Georgia, August the 17th on Friday night. So, you know, things is looking good for the company, and it's to all the great staff, you as commissioner, and from the sound guy to the security guy, they've worked hard to get us where we are, and I think it's just brighter days are coming. You know, the 30 minutes went to an hour.
Yes, it did.
4 years of TV is coming up. You know, wow. I think in September, I think was when we did the first one. But, so yeah, 4 years in September, and, you know, who thought it would take 22 years to, being in the business to make something happen. So, you know, I appreciate my family. They're the ones that have suffered every time I'm going to go to some meeting to try to make something happen. But, wrestling is still alive, and, you know, GCW is, you know, we're excited for the fans. I know I've already had fans calling me. It's like, oh, we can't wait, you know. They don't get to see the network anymore over there, so they have to watch it on Blip TV, which is great, but there's nothing like seeing it live on Saturday night or Friday night, whichever it is. But this week, Saturday night, the 28th Pell City, get ready. What a lineup, you know, with Pandora taking on Nina Monet, Wicked Nemesis, managing the Oracle of Ominous. So many monikers, I might not get them right. So I know you were even confusing Ted, you know. And Nemesis, yes. I know you're probably out there listening, man. If Ted says something about your hair again, I give you permission just to deck him, because Ted is, I don't know, he's kind of like athlete's foot. Just won't go away, you know, comes up at the worst time. But no, I'm just kidding, Ted. You're a douche. All right, but enjoy you know, working with Ted on a regular basis. If you're not underground, you know, he thinks you're not worthy of anything. So make sure you say something to him, Nemesis. I know you know, you might not have seen the show last night, but it was a great match. And I'm looking forward to Pandora taking on Nina Monet this week. But I know some people are really excited about the Singapore Cane match. Now, I know they had one Singapore Cane match back in the ECW day.
Right.
And that got Tommy Dreamer really over the Sandman. But this is for the GCW TV title and Human Fly, challenging Super Shinobi, the Asian Assassin, Mystery from the Orient, whatever. What all Ted ever says and what you guys say in the booth, I don't know, but that's going to be a great match. Trevor Eon challenging Micah Taylor for the GCW Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be a good one. And, Falls Count Anywhere, Psycho Circus, Showtime, Shane Fox.
Right.
Hot feud going on there.
I made a... Let me cut in for a second because we made a reference last week on GCW Radio before actually the week before the Jasper show. We made the reference that Shane Fox needed to get a pinfall victory over the Psycho Circus considering everything that had been happening. And lo and behold, he obviously took our advice to heart because at the Jasper event, he did get a quick 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm not saying the referee got a quick count, but Shane Fox got everything right in the stars lined up, and Shane Fox got that 1, 2, 3 over the Psycho Circus. And now the Psycho Circus is actually just irate as the day is long. Still, I had a chance to attempt to talk to him earlier this week, and even by the laugh that he puts out instead of just ordinary, I think I've actually learned how to translate the laugh into English.
Well, I don't know if you were there for the very end of the Jasper show, but there was something that happened in the parking lot. There was something happened with Showtime Shane Fox. He was getting in his car, and Psycho Circus attacked him, and we were getting ready to leave the venue, signing autographs and stuff, and all I hear is there's just a distinctive sound when someone goes down in gravel.
Yeah.
So,
been there, done that.
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. And, Circus feels like he's been humiliated, and, Showtime better bring the A game and try to out-wrestle him. He doesn't want to try to out-brawl this guy. That's for sure. What about this? Shane Williams declaring on a YouTube bit that anyone who loses him from this day forward in Global Championship Wrestling will kiss his boots.
And Chris Silvers, Pure Country Chris Silvers, is going to be taking on the King Shane Williams this week. Will we see Chris Silvers fall in defeat and have to kiss the boot of the King, or will Chris Silvers pick up the win?
Well, what about this? Could we do a stipulation where Chris Silver says, if I beat you, you kiss my boots? And, he's probably been out there on the ranch with some some old road apples, as they call them, on the horse farm. Some horse poop, for those who don't know what the old road apples are. Wouldn't that be great if he had to kiss the feet of, Shane Williams had to kiss the feet of Pure Country Chris Silvers right there, the old cowboy boots.
Yeah, because you know what they say about karma. Every once in a while, she comes back to bite you in the posterior. But real quick, this coming Saturday night, July the 28th, Pell City, Alabama, 7:30 p.m. bell time. You've got some great matches lined up for the fans out at Central, Eastern, Northern, and Southern Alabama. Plus, with the breaking news that the company formerly known as another GCW, I'll go and say Great Championship Wrestling, is now Global Championship Wrestling. So GCW will be in the Phoenix City market, in Eastern Alabama. Now, also, are we going to be picking up the former events in Columbus, or are we just going to stay in that one?
We're right now. It's just Phoenix City. There's all the paperwork with the commission and stuff. I filed stuff. We already have a license because we ran the stuff in Stockbridge last year, the WrestleFest and all that stuff, which we're going to be hitting those as we get closer into the fall. But, Canton, Georgia is going to...
We may have lost...
Friday night.
There he is.
Friday night, August the 17th, and that is before high school football begins. So
cool.
That's all. Yep.
Now, I also want to remind everybody in the Central Alabama area, you can catch GCW live on Sunday mornings, 1 a.m. on the CW, and a little bit later in the week, the replay is done through blip.tv, and it's also put through GCWpro.com, right, Dan?
That is correct. And, GCWpro.com has got a listing of the matches. For this coming Saturday night, there is a mystery tag team partner. Aiden Solo, former Von Gruber, is taking on Amos Moses. And his new tag team partner called the Good Old Boys, talking about one and a half of the Nasty Critters, Scrub, And it's just going to be it's going to be a great night. The Falls Count Anywhere match was left off the poster. Actually, excuse me, it wasn't the Falls Count Anywhere. It was Joey Lightning and the Equalizer was left off. It was just a transference of TV studio to, that was like a second part of the fax that sent that over to GCWPro.com. So,
okay.
Yeah, there's actually 9 matches listed, and that is not a typo. So,
wow.
Think you're going to get any more wrestling action, have a chance to be on television, see the best of wrestling's past, present, and future, see the best manager in professional wrestling today, the Wicked Nemesis, the GCW Divas match, Pandora, Nina Monet. Nina Monet, first time in GCW, but I think this lady knows how to scrap. She might have a little street in her, but I'm looking forward to seeing that. But, it's the best. Every time you come to GCW, sometimes people say, it was an off night. Well, I don't think you're going to get an off night. We got a generator backup when things start going down. I know you'll be at another venue with that MMA show about, and we're going to miss you, but I get to sit next to Ted and punch him in the kidneys every time he messes up. So, I am just looking forward to abusing Ted. I'm going to ask him why he wasn't in the movie Ted, because I didn't even want to see that movie with Mark Wahlberg, because it was called Ted, and just reminded me of Guinness. He's probably the man that has been under my skin more than, he's up there with Howard Crofts. He just really, they may be related in some way. I don't know about that.
That's a scary thought, Daniel.
From, this is what kind of guy Howard Crofts is. He didn't even like the new Batman. So, what does he know?
Now, I have to say this, because we actually just had Adam Gibbs on with Sport Fight X just a few minutes ago. And, we've made the reference, and I talked about this earlier in this show, that for wrestling fans, you've got a dream night coming up on Saturday night, July the 28th. For mixed martial arts fans, you've got a dream night coming up Saturday night, July the 28th. Because with Sport Fight X at historic Boutwell Auditorium, Global Championship Wrestling live at the Pell City Civic Center, you've got 2 huge events for people in the central, north, I'll just say the state of Alabama. Because you and I both know that people will come to this the Pell City Civic Center from up near the Gadsden-Anniston area. They come from all the way down in the Sylacauga, Harpersville area, all the closer to Montgomery even. And they definitely... Sometimes,
I don't know what this new... We've started drawing a lot of people from Montgomery, Wetumpka, in that area. So I'm like, wow, you guys are driving 2 hours to see a show, in which I appreciate it, but it just amazes me how the fans really come out from all over the place, because they see it on Blip, they see it on W21. The commercials have been running rampant with Ring of Honor. Even though we've been smoking them a 1.8 to their 3 that they had this weekend. And our time slot's not quite as good as theirs, but, we've got the Ring of Honor style. Corey Hollis, Mike Posey, Inhuman Fly. If you like Chikara, you like Ring of Honor. We've got those caliber of wrestlers, too,
Very true.
And just a little bit of everything. I mean, we like, sometimes we'll have the cage, sometimes we'll have a hardcore match. We are wrestling. Don't be fooled. It is PG, but you don't have to cut somebody out to get over and get heat on them. So,
very true.
It's a good, clean family show. The women are wearing outfits that are respectable and presentable for television, because if the moment that the kids stop watching the show, that's when your numbers are going to drop.
True.
So, and people laugh sometimes, like, because I'm a little rough around the edges sometimes. But, I run a family program, and I want my family and folks I got to church with to say, hey, it was good, I don't want them to say, oh, that was so funny. Because when I was getting my head pounded in at that I Quit match and bit my tongue in half and, had to have butterfly sutures, it didn't get any more graphic than that. My brother said him and his kids, they stopped watching it because it was so bad. I was like, come on, dude. And he's one of the professional referees for mixed martial arts. He's actually doing the show, and you'll see him on Saturday.
Yep.
So, he's doing the matches. So,
well, Before I take it to the ranch for this episode of Beyond Ringside, I do want to say this, and I know I've said this in private, and I say it in public when I get the opportunity, but I just want to say thank you for everything that we've been able to put together with Global Championship Wrestling, for you having the faith in me that you do to do the ring announcing, as well as I understood it was your vote that actually swayed the committee to reinstall me as commissioner. I respect that, and I appreciate that. From that vantage point, also the various things with the television project that I'm allowed to do, and I consider it to be a great honor. And it sounds like I'm kissing up, it sounds like I'm kissing ass, but I'm not. I'm shooting straight from the hip.
No, dude, we're friends beyond this business, but, you know, we've always wanted this thing to work. And, you know, I'll tell you, I've taken some chances that were rough, but I've also...
we just lost connection. Hopefully you can call back in just a second before we go into cut it. But because I'll keep it going for a couple more seconds in case he can call us right back. But he's very true. Dan and I have been friends for a long time, and even before I started working with Global. From that vantage point, it's been a great opportunity, because with everything with the television package to being able to start up the radio product, which airs in just over 1 hour from now, right here on Beyond Ringside. There he is. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Our Skype line. You recognize that. Welcome back, Daniel.
Yeah, that Vince McMahon, he's cutting me off. he don't want to hear what people's got to say. But no, last week the OVW was fantastic. We met Brian Clark, Talent Relations. Him and Al Snow are making they don't make the decisions on who gets paid what, but I've been invited to come do a little commentating. They asked me if I wanted to work in the ring, and, you know, I'm still battling the blood clot. That's not a work. That's not a stretch. That's not a gimmick. And I really enjoy my life because I surround myself with positive people, like the one I'm talking to right now. And, you know, we've been through losses of family members. We've been through financial tough times. But, you know, this is a day of happiness. You know, I'm living the dream, and I know you do too. And sometimes the road gets hard to deal with. But
sometimes it does.
It does. And, you know, we got 3 or 4 days in a row there in August. And, you know, all the guys that don't do this for a living are going to see what it's like to be on the road and be accountable to be at the venue the next day at X amount of time. And, you know, it is fun. I'm strapping my seatbelt. I'm ready for it. I know you're ready for it. We had a meeting with several of the workers this afternoon and explained some things, and you know, even with the stipulations with the state, you know, cracking down on this and that, they're giving guys a hard time coming from out of state. And what that's going to mean is, if a promoter's not going to take care of the guy's license or whatever, people are just not going to want to come back here to wrestle. So, you know, show your support. Go to independent wrestling. You know, GCW. No, there's other good ones out there. I'm not running them down, but they don't have 22 years experience and 3.5 years on television. Even some of the people that ran in the back in the day in the 80s and even in the early 2000s with other groups like Wrestle Birmingham, you know, they were never on TV 3.5 years. They were sporadic.
Right.
So,
very true.
You know, and I worked for Linda, and I could go on all day, and, you know, I know Mike Jackson does his shows for schools and all. Those are spot shows. This is territory. There's a huge difference.
Very true.
And I would never say anything in a radio interview. I wouldn't say to somebody's face. So anyone who comes to GCW show is going to have a great time, and they will be back. So, you know, catch on. It's ready. Well, thank you so much, Eddie, and I look forward to speaking with you later. All who's on here, MaBo, Nemesis, whoever's still out there in Extension Land. Thank you very much for letting me spend time with you guys on Beyond Ringside, and I look forward to talking with you later on tonight, man.
You got it, brother. GCW Radio in 57 minutes from right now. Mad Dog, always a pleasure, and we'll see you on GCW a little bit later on tonight. Folks, you got it. The man with Global Championship Wrestling, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, right here on Beyond Ringside. Tell you what, Dan, you want to stay back for the closing credits?
I'm sorry, I lost you there for a second.
I was going to ask if you wanted to stay back for the closing credits.
No, I got a jet. I've got some stuff I've got to do with this poster for Pell City. We had to add on to it, so
okay.
I'm right now picking that up at the production place before they close. So.
Not a problem.
All right, sir. Well, thank you so much. You guys take care.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
Folks, the music is going to play, and we're going to head for the ranch at this point. I want to say thank you to my tag team partners, Mark MaBo Bowman and the Wicked Nemesis. Once again, great to talk to Paulie Wells earlier this week, also to Brooks Logan earlier this week. Special hello to the Hitman, Ryan Adcock. Looking forward to getting back in touch very soon for the cast to be on Ringside, as well as, of course, the man called Evil, Adam Smith. I can't believe Raw's finally going to hit 1,000 episodes tomorrow, and we've covered a number of them over the years with here at Beyond Ringside, whether it be the radio version or the website incarnation of it over the various different versions we've had over the years. Folks, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been an honor and a privilege. Thank you. Adam Gibbs with Sport Fight X, thank you for coming on tonight. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer with Global Championship Wrestling, thank you for coming on Spur of the Moment tonight. Always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll see you on GCW Radio. Folks, once again, you heard the schedule earlier this week. Birmingham Barons tomorrow and Tuesday. Papasaya's Wednesday. Find me on Twitter at Fast Eddie Layne. Also, follow Beyond Ringside at Beyond Ringside. One word, run it all together. For Adam Gibbs with Sport Fight X, Dan Sawyer with Global Championship Wrestling, for Mark MaBo Bowman, for the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, this is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Layne, saying until next time, we'll see you 9 o'clock, 52 minutes from right now for GCW Radio, and next Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, right here on Beyond Ringside. Bye-bye.
This is Angel Orsini.
This is the Human Hand Grenade, Danny Only.
This is Dirty Dutch Mantel.
This is Liz Savage.
This is Vinny O'Brien, 2010 Golden Glove champion.
This is Gabe Sapolsky from Dragon Gate USA and Evolve Pro Wrestling, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.